Venezuela.
Yesterday, Venezuela flew 2 military aircraft over the USS Dunham, one of several U.S. Navy assets now in the region. The Pentagon called the Venezuelan action a highly provocative move. And in an apparent response, the DoD ordered 10 F-35 fighter jets to Puerto Rico to take part in counter-narcotics operations.
Fox's Jonathan Hunt. The Defense Department also suggesting the Maduro regime is involved, warning what it calls the cartel running Venezuela not to interfere with counter-terror operations. Venezuela's leader has accused the U.S. of plotting to oust him. Deadly flooding leads to new laws in Texas.
Surrounded by parents and siblings of dozens of young girls who died at Camp Mystic in Texas, flooding in July. Governor Greg Abbott signing legislation mandating emergency preparedness, evacuation plans, and outdoor warning systems.
Fox's Jeff Manasso. The changes also mean the state can't license camps that have cabins in floodplains. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A protest at the State House. You've got fair skies and 73 degrees in downtown Indy. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 3:02. Students from Indianapolis public schools, including Heron, North, and Shortridge high schools, walked out of their classrooms and went to the Indiana State House today. The protest was a response to the recent mass shooting at Annunciation Catholic Church and School in Minneapolis last week, as well as a broader protest against gun violence.
How did you get permission to leave school, and what exactly are you doing at the State House?
So we're here to kind of protest the fact that there isn't a full-out federal and state bans on assault rifles, and that gun violence is such a big thing for children to be afraid of when going to school.
Ryan Hedrick reporting. Jasper says students' parents had to get permission from the schools first. 2 children died in the Minneapolis shooting and nearly 20 were injured. Stealing from a nail salon is what a woman from Carmel is accused of doing. John Herrick reports.
It was just before 7 o'clock Thursday night when officers say they were told about a woman named Michelle Mittler who stole some things from the Nails and Lounge on Campus Parkway in Noblesville and refused to comply with police in a traffic stop. So they say they had to chase Mittler, and the pursuit went through downtown Noblesville before she hit tire deflation devices and later collided with 2 police cruisers. Mittler was arrested on several charges. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
The Indianapolis Colts take on the Miami Dolphins Sunday afternoon. New quarterback Daniel Jones is excited for himself and his team. The kickoff is at 1 o'clock. Volunteers of America, Ohio, and Indiana, in partnership with Seeds of Hope, hosted a ribbon-cutting ceremony for the Marvetta, and Anthony Grimes Family Center yesterday.
Affordable housing. That has covered services. That allows children to be with mom, keeping those families together. That has access to free medical, dental, and optical clinic is so unique and so exciting.
That's John Von Arks from Volunteers of America, Ohio, and Indiana. He says the center is what the community needs. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 3:04.
Hammer here from my friends at Diamonds Direct. Keystone at the Crossing. It's right there by the Green Bridge. Find the Green Bridge, you'll find Diamonds Direct. They are the official jeweler of the Indianapolis Colts. And the key word is direct, because they get their stones, their diamonds, direct from the source. And that is how they pass on the savings to you. Diamonds Direct, they have the biggest selection and the lowest price. There's something for everybody's price range. The staff, they're amazing. They'll work with you. There's no pressure to spend more than you have. Their job is to make sure you get the biggest bang for your buck. So no matter what your budget, Diamonds Direct will find something that works for you. Keystone at the Crossing, stop by, walk in that beautiful showroom, talk to the staff, the best customer service, diamondsdirect.com, and make sure you tell them that Hammer from the Hammer and Nigel show sent you in.
With your WIBC traffic at 3:05, here's Matt Bear.
All right, Jake, taking a look at southbound 6570. That's jammed up from the north split down to the south split because of construction. And right now we do have a delay time of 6 minutes. And then inbound 65 stop and go from 21st to Meridian Penn. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies with nationwide LTE coverage. For a limited time, get 60% off and free UPS shipping at rapidradios.com. Use Use code radio for an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. And now here's the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
More clouds later tonight. A spotty shower chance could be possible with low temperatures near 53. On Saturday, a few very early morning showers. Otherwise, increasing sunshine for the afternoon. We'll get up to about 72 and spectacular on Sunday. Mostly sunny skies with highs right around 72. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
I'm Jake McDaniel. On the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it!
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer is out. Jerry Lopez is in. At Indy Spanglish, he mixes it up on social media all the time. My man, how are you?
Hey, fresh out of the bullpen, beer sample Friday with you. I would say I'm doing well.
Yeah. I like what I do for a living, man. I'm very fortunate. This is my full-time job. Radio is my full-time job. You're a pinch hitter. You come in and do what you can. Do you like your full-time job?
I mean, I would rather have this as a full-time job. It's one of those things where you hear if you love what you do, it doesn't feel like work. Now, granted, you do this 5 days a week, 52.
Yeah.
Well, that might be a stretch, 52 weeks a year, but this is your full-time job. So I've always wondered, like, is this a regular job to you? Do you come in like,
no,
I don't want to do this today?
Not at all. I do feel like, I mean, it's work is work is work.
Fair.
You know what I mean? But I don't have people breathing down my neck. I don't have people yelling at me. I don't have people screaming at me. I've never once in my life since Radio 1 bought this building, or not the building, but the company from Emmis years ago, have I ever gotten once in my life direction on how to take the show. Hammer and I, neither have I. I'm saying I have a happy working relationship. I'm fired up for the weekend. It's supposed to be beautiful. We've got the Zionsville Fall Festival this weekend, the parade. We got the Colts game that I'm going to watch at the back of my deck on Sunday. All that could be ruined, though.
Well, if you had the wrong employer.
If you have the wrong employer,
Yeah.
if you are miserable at your job, if you are somewhere right now that you don't want to be.
I had a job like that where my Sunday would be ruined because Monday I got to go to work.
Exactly. They call it the Sunday Blues.
Yep.
The Sunday Blues. And man, oh man, I saw this headline on Wish TV, and I think they grabbed it from mirrorindy.org, which is a news outlet, a local news outlet here. An article by Pete Blanchard. Here's the headline. Workers describe toxic culture in Mayor Joe Hogsett's City Hall.
So this is separate from the sexual harassment culture that they seem to have over there.
Well, I think it's all tied in together over there. We already know that it's a mess. We already know the culture of sexual harassment, and even the mayor has been accused of being inappropriate.
And allegedly protecting the abusers, and it's horrible.
So you see this headline, workers describe toxic culture in Mayor Joe Hogsett's City Hall. Hold on. Are you telling me that Indy Mayor Joe Boss Hogsett might not be a good guy? Is that what you're telling me? The guy that went missing during the riots? He brought back the sexual accuser, Thomas Carl Cook, who was accused on many different levels by many different women, who came out and didn't want a dime, didn't want a cent, but just came out and named him. You're saying he might not be a good guy, and it might be a toxic work environment over
might
there
be
in
a
City Wall.
Bad boss to have. Yeah, that might not be a place where you want to work.
Color me shocked. Color me
He keeps winning, though.
stunned.
He keeps winning, Nige. He keeps winning, so it sucks for the workers, but the constituents he seems to be happy.
I guarantee he goes for what, a fourth?
Listen, this is just a completely other thing. I posted this earlier. When we talk about the redistricting, the congressional maps, and a lot of that is to get rid of Andre Carson and maybe Indiana 01 up in Lake County. What happens if they get rid of Carson and then he runs for mayor of Indianapolis?
Wow.
Like, is that a cause and effect or what?
Wow. So this article from mirrorindy.org Again, I'm not sure what the relationship is with Wish TV. Wish TV there are news gathering partners. I initially saw the headline on Wish TV, but this is from mirrorindy.org. I'm just going to go through some of the things. They talked to 12 current or former city employees, some named, some not. Quote, he, that would be the mayor, would yell at me for small things. Him yelling was not rare, his former assistant said. Many of them described a culture of fear inside the city-county building. Could you imagine going to a job every day in the United States where there is a culture of fear?
And you're an adult?
Right.
You're scared?
Mila Miles, who was Hogsett's special assistant. I'm just going to read. I'm reading straight from mirrorindy.org. Again, another a local outlet here. Mila Miles, who was Hogsett's special assistant for part of his first term, said the mayor's behavior is what drove her out of the position. She said the mayor often made inappropriate remarks and was prone to outbursts. Quote, he treated me like bleep, would call me weird, a dumbass, and questioned whether I could do the job in front of other people. This is what Mila Miles told the Mirror in Mirror Indy. Quote, he would yell at me for small things. Him yelling was not rare. You also, look, I'm not going to read, it's a huge article. I'm not going to read this whole thing. There's other people that said having the mayor yell at you was like kind of like having Bobby Knight yell at you.
Yeah, but Bobby Knight was winning games. Like, there's something to be said about tough coaching. As long as you're winning and you're getting results, you can't have the, fifth most dangerous city in the United States and suck at being a boss.
This article, that's such a good point. But this article does not, it's not all doom and gloom and Hogsett is awful. There were people that stuck up for him. I'm going to give you another example here. Maggie Adams McBride, a former project manager in the mayor's office who resigned in May, said she was retaliated against after she filed an HR complaint and tendered her resignation. She said she decided to speak out publicly after seeing how her colleagues were treated. Quote, I have watched so many other people leave quietly because of fear of retaliation. I decided I didn't want that to happen anymore. As long as he is in that office, nothing is going to change. And again, this is from mirrorindy.org. They interviewed 12 current or former city employees, some named, some not. This I thought was really interesting. Josiah Johnson, born and raised in Indy, held multiple roles working for the city of Indianapolis, left his job with the city and moved to Chicago.
Wow.
I gotta get out of, I hate this job so bad. I'm getting out of the city. I'm leaving Chicago. Said he faced workplace harassment and bullying during his time at City Hall.
The leadership style is more so, I made my way up to the top, you do what I say. Just the arrogance and the attitudes towards people that were deemed beneath them or different than them, different viewpoints, the way they were treated in the workplace, in a professional setting and a social setting was just inexcusable.
Even some Democrats, Jerry, we all know the story, on the city county council have the word, the mirror, and by the way, again, this is mirrorindy.org. They use the word bucked the mayor. Jesse Brown, Krista Carlino, Andy Nielsen have all called for the mayor's resignation along with Republican Councilor Josh Bain. Now, Krista Carlino came out Do you remember that
changed her
story?
mind, right? Looked like in 7 days. She
He's
said,
like-
you got to quit. Never
he's like,
mind.
He's got to resign.
Yeah.
I'm calling out inappropriate behavior in the mayor's office.
They're like, you're off all the caucuses.
No more caucuses for you. And then she came back out and said, never mind.
Yeah. And Jesse Brown's going to buck any system. They tried to kick him out of caucus.
Well, they did. They did.
So, I mean, you get in line, yeah.
So I just think this article is indicative of things that we already knew about the mayor's office and the administration and how it's a complete disaster and how people are miserable within that administration. And I could not imagine, I don't know about you, I couldn't imagine going to work miserable every day. These women who, like, quote, he treated me like a bleep, is what Mila Miles, Hogsett special assistant for his first term. He would call me, he treated me like crap, would call me weird and a dumbass in front of other people.
Yeah. You finally get a job at the mayor's office, which
I
seems like
know.
a big deal. And then you're
huge deal.
You get treated like crap.
All right, reason to drink tonight. Michael Keaton, one of my favorite actors, 74 years old. Can anybody in here name me their favorite Michael Keaton? I don't feel like you, Jerry.
Batman.
No.
Yeah.
Not his favorite. Not his best movie.
That's my favorite.
No. He did a great job. Don't get me wrong.
You can't say no to someone's favorite.
I know.
What's your favorite?
You're very reminiscent of Mayor Hogsett right now.
I am calling your opinion bull.
What's your favorite color? Blue.
BS.
No.
That sucks.
That's BS.
What is your favorite?
Mr. Mom and Gung Ho.
That's good.
Both horrible.
Oh, now you're pissing me off.
I would say Beetlejuice is
Oh,
for my
wow. I
generation.
didn't remember that one. Yeah, Beetlejuice would be number one.
Happy 74 to Michael Keaton. My man, Matt Bear, what's going on?
Saturday, Nigel looking at southbound 6570 stop and go traffic north split to the south split. It's an 8-minute construction delay, and that's the same with northbound 65 coming up from the south side. Slow traffic because of construction Raymond Street into the south split. East side southbound 465 tight from 72 South Shadeland, delayed 3 minutes. Checking out eastbound 70 just happened. Crash before West Street. Picking this up as we go. And it's on the shoulder with a slowdown there, no delay. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies with nationwide LTE coverage. For a limited time, get 60% off and free UPS shipping at rapidradios.com. Use code RADIO for an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
75, partly cloudy at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. Jerry Lopez. Boy, hey, Ashley, are you over there? Can you help me out over here?
Please say
sorry.
you're aware that I said Ashley. Okay.
It's going to be a long Friday.
No, it's
I'm really
not.
worried about him.
It's gonna be a fun ass Friday, man. We've got Barguments coming up. Have you done
I've never done it.
You've never done
Not
Barguments?
one time. I've heard it. Sounds great. This is my first time.
With our friend out of Chicago, Dan Bass Levy. We will get to that. But next, we'll get to some NFL. I'm fired up for the Colts game. I'm like, I've reached that point where I am excited to watch the Colts on Sunday.
Football's
even though
back.
Football's back.
Football tonight, football Saturday, football Sunday, football
that's
Monday.
right.
Here we go.
All right, again, 75 partly cloudy at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center, 93 WIBC.
The Indy 1500 Gun and Knife Show is this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the Indiana State Fairgrounds. For hunting, sporting, and personal protection gear, visit the Indy 1500 Gun and Knife Show.
Farnsworth Metal Recycling, a familiar face in Indy.
Farnsworth Metal Recycling will pay you cash for your scrap metal. Race Demolition and Farnsworth Metal Recycling may seem familiar to you, and that's because they are. They're trusted local family-owned businesses going back 3 generations in Indy with their familiar orange logo and a name you know. But you may not know they'll pay you cash for your scrap metal. Cash is king. Your scrap aluminum, steel, copper, and brass will get you cash from Farnsworth Metal Recycling. Just drop it off or schedule a pickup, and you'll put cash in your pocket. Ray's Demolition in Farnsworth Metal Recycling. Local names you can trust with 2 locations.
Farnsworth Metal Recycling, a familiar face in Indy.
Get cash for your scrap. Get started at farnsworthmetals.com.
Grown-ups, don't go back to school. Go forward through school into your future as an IT professional. Whether you're starting out, switching careers, or a veteran ready for change, My Computer Career can help you get into IT in just a few short months with no prior experience. So take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Your rewarding career in IT awaits. That's mycomputercareer.edu, an elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including the VA benefits.
Listen up, football fans. You won't want to miss this.
Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets, win or lose. So you could turn that $300 into something bigger when you bet on money lines, spread, totals, player props.
$300 in bonus bets when new customers bet $5. I know where I'm going to bet from now on. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Indiana. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Some things can steal your sunshine. Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken. Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln and Fishers. Come see the full line of breathtaking Lincoln vehicles at Indiana's premier Lincoln dealership. From the moment you arrive at Tom Roush Lincoln, you'll know you've arrived. Shop over 200 new Lincolns in our state-of-the-art family-owned and operated dealership with no pressure. Just the award-winning service and respect you deserve, plus complimentary pickup and delivery for service. Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln and Fishers.
You ready to build your custom dream home? Check out Joyner Homes based out of Greenfield. See one of their model homes in person anytime. It is a great way for you to experience the customization and quality of a Joyner Homes custom built home. Plus, you can meet with a new home specialist to learn about their building process. Available lots if you don't already have one. Find out about floor plans and where they build. Model homes are open 7 days a week from noon to 5 and walk-ins are welcome. Find out more at joynerhomes.com.
Join us every Friday, right around 5:50 for Beer Sample Friday.
Brought to you by Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus, home of free delivery within 75 miles of their store.
This hour on 93 WIBC is powered by Kirby Heating and Air, your American Standard air dealer, serving Hendricks and surrounding counties.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
And Jerry Lopez, you can find him at Indy Spanglish on social media. My name is Nigel. Jerry, filling for Hammer. How disappointing is Caitlin Clark and this whole season been? I mean, look, the Indiana Fever are still in contention for playoff spot, right? But are you watching it?
I got to be honest with you. I stopped watching when I realized she wasn't playing anymore. I didn't realize there was still a season going on. As messed up as that sounds, I hope they make the playoffs. I hope they do well. But I watched for Caitlin.
And then I started watching for Sophie Cunningham.
Well, yeah.
And then she got injured.
Different reasons. She's a beast. Sophie's a beast.
Do I need to waste time? Not waste time, but should I read a little bit from her?
She's earned it. That's our darling.
I had hoped to share a better update, but I will not be returning to play this season. I spent hours in the gym every day with the singular goal of getting back out there. Disappointed isn't a big enough word to describe how I'm feeling. I want to thank everybody who had my back through all the uncertainty. This has been incredibly frustrating. Blah, 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 blah.
You know who's most disappointed, Nige? The away teams who are trying to sell tickets when Caitlin Clark comes into town. Tickets are now going to be $5. Nobody cares about your game. They're going to pay $200 to see Caitlin. That's who's really upset.
That's who's upset. But the good news is that football this weekend, we have it tonight. We had it. Do we have it last night?
We have a game tonight. We had a game last night. This is officially Do Not Get Married on Saturday season.
It was the Eagles and the Cowboys last night, right? Did you see the lineman for the Eagles get kicked out of the game?
Before it even started. Before it even started, there was a kickoff, and their best players kicked out of the game.
It's within the first minute of last night's NFL season opener against the Cowboys. He walked up to Dak Prescott, who was the quarterback of the Cowboys, and made some comments and then spit on him. Yeah. A ref was nearby, witnessed it, threw a flag. Here is Mike Tirico calling the broadcast.
Sportsmanlike conduct. Defense number 98 has disqualified him from the game. Whoa. 15-yard penalty. Whoa. Automatic. First down.
So Jalen Carter, the focus and the star for the Eagles on the front line, out for the game before a snap. Here he goes. He walks there in front of Dak Prescott. Did he spit? Did he spit on him? There you go. Jalen Carter out of this game before a snap.
That's a big name.
That's their best guy on the defensive line. I mean, that's their beast. That's their Robert Mathis.
That's a defensive lineman for the Eagles. Then the Eagles won 24-20. Now, you've watched the video. I've seen the video. I see Dak spitting in the direction of the Eagles shortly before.
Yeah, they never showed
Carter.
the replay that far back though. They just showed Carter.
I know, but I've seen on social media.
Yeah.
Now, that's what.
Who cares
what
now? He got
saying.
kicked out of the game though. Like at this point.
And then last night, good God, did you stay up and watch that whole thing?
So
because of the weather. Here, let me play this. Last night's first NFL game of the season. Third quarter was for more than like an hour.
Yeah.
Suspended because of weather. Here is part of the announcement that was played at the field in Philly.
These storms may produce severe conditions, including lightning and strong winds. For your safety, we encourage you to seek shelter immediately.
God, they didn't start playing until around 11:45.
You know how many points they scored after that?
Nothing.
Not one. Not 1 point was scored. The first half was 24-20. You couldn't stop the offense. They take an hour break. Nobody scores a point.
Something I thought was really funny. The Kansas City Chiefs are in Brazil to kick off their NFL season. And during an interview, Travis Kelce, he's got a great beard, by the way, and we'll get to that later. Travis Kelce took an opportunity to kind of roast Patrick Mahomes. Here is Travis doing his best Mahomes impression during the interview.
We've had a plan for this all summer long, and now we're just ready to play football again.
Oh, man, it was crazy. it was a lot of fun seeing all the fans there. And
he had that one coming for telling everybody I didn't know where Brazil was on the map.
So it's the Chiefs and the Chargers tonight in Brazil.
I encourage everybody to Google Kermit
funny,
the Frog, Patrick Mahomes. He sounds just like Kermit.
Just real quick before we hit a break, internal NFL ticket reporting revealing 49ers are at the top in terms of ticket sales.
Yep. Guess where the Colts are, Nige?
Second to last.
Second to last,
right
baby.
Behind the Titans. That does not bode well.
Who would have thought not producing means we're not buying tickets?
It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Why do so many foundation, basement, and crawl space companies ask for half your money up front? Could it be because that's easier to get than earning all your trust? At the Michaelis Corporation, they believe trust is earned, not demanded. That's why they do things differently. They start with a free inspection, no strings attached, to give you an honest assessment of what your home needs. No pressure, no surprises. When it's time for the work, they don't ask for a deposit or any upfront payment. Not a single dollar until the job is complete and you're 100% satisfied. That's how they've been earning trust for over 39 years. Whether it's sagging floors, moisture control, concrete repair, or a full crawl space encapsulation, you can count on Michaelis for repairs that last. Don't trust just anyone with your home. Choose the company that puts your trust first. Text or call 844-FIXED-INDY today. That's 844-FIXED-INDY. The Michaelis Corporation, building trust beneath your feet.
Hello, I'm Joe Cordell, founder of Cordell & Cordell. Divorce is complicated, especially when your small business or professional practice is involved. At Cordell & Cordell, we understand that these assets raise unique valuation and allocation issues. For 35 years, we've helped doctors, lawyers, and small business owners navigate divorce with confidence. Call us at Cordell & Cordell. Let me tell you, I understand on a personal level, your business is much more than a job. It's your legacy.
101 West Ohio, Indianapolis. CordellCordell.com.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
He signed camp safety bills into law. The skies are partly cloudy and it's 74 degrees in downtown Indy. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 3:31. That's what Texas Governor Greg Abbott did in response to the fatal flooding in July. Fox's Jeff Manasso has more.
Surrounded by parents and siblings of dozens of young girls who died at Camp Mystic, Governor Greg Abbott signing legislation mandating emergency preparedness, evacuation plans, and outdoor warning systems.
Improved and safer camp safety is now law in the great state of Texas, a law that will save lives.
Legislation that victims' families had input on also bans the state from licensing youth camps with cabins in floodplains, all in addition to hundreds of millions of dollars in funding approved. Jeff Manasso, Fox News.
Indiana Senator Todd Young says long COVID is keeping people out of work and impacting the global economy. He raised the issue yesterday with Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. during a Senate hearing.
People roughly my age will pass before there's any acceptable therapeutic. So we need to accelerate our current activities.
The hearing also touched on CDC leadership. Kennedy said he fired Director Susan Menares after she told him that she was not trustworthy. He said the focus now is on rebuilding and moving forward. 22 states are backing a proposed rule from the U.S. Department of Labor that would rescind long-standing regulations that require affirmative action plans for federal contractors.
Federal contractors should hire based on skill and experience that maximize the use of our taxpayer dollars and not use our dollars to promote political agendas.
Indiana Attorney General Todd Rokita says the current requirements are clearly unconstitutional and undermine true equal opportunity. New Jay-Z music is around, say other rappers. So let's lock this down like it's supposed to be. Artists Eddie Will and Cash Cobain were on the first live episode of Billboard Unfiltered. They heard that Jay-Z, an American rapper, was getting ready to drop some music that is going to shake the world. This news comes after fellow rapper Memphis Bleek hinted at a new project last month. Even though there were rumors, Jay-Z has not confirmed anything himself yet. WIBC News Time is 3:33. You've got traffic and weather coming in 1 minute.
Here's a real-life story that affects 50% of all of us out there. It's called divorce. If you've gotten divorced and now you're struggling to pay your bills and your credit card debts are completely out of control, you need to call this special debt relief hotline right now. We help people with all kinds of money problems caused by different life challenges, a divorce, a job loss, even heavy medical bills. All these life events can sometimes financially stress you out and cause you to get out of control. We help people get their lives back by showing them ways to consolidate and reduce their debt, in some cases for a fraction of what they owe. If your credit card balances are more than $10,000, call us and learn how to reduce your credit card bills and monthly payments now. Here's our number.
Paid for by Debt.com. Call now at 800-810-1820. 800-810-1820. 800-810-1820. That's 800-810-1820.
With traffic now, what's happening, Matt Bear?
All right, Jake, looking at southbound 69 on the exit to 82nd Street. That is a crash, and we are stop-and-go traffic back to 106th Street. Downtown, southbound 65-70. Delayed right now of 6 minutes from the north split down to the south split. Also, northbound 65 stop-and-go traffic from Raymond up to the south split. Eastbound 73-minute delay Harding into the south split, and south side northbound 65 slows. Edgewood Avenue up to 465. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies with nationwide LTE coverage. For a limited time, get 60% off and free UPS shipping at rapidradios.com. Use code radio for an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And now the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
More clouds later tonight. A spotty shower chance could be possible. Low temperatures near 53. Saturday, a few very early morning showers. Otherwise, increasing sunshine for the afternoon. We'll get up to about 72. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
I'm Jake McDaniel on the level on the go and on WIBC.com.
Hello, all my friends. This is Brett Michaels, and you're listening to my friends right here, Hammer and Nigel, and they're about to rock your world.
Barguments. Arguments. Arguments.
Barguments. 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 Barguments.
My name is Nigel. Jerry Lopez. You can find him at Indy Spanglish on social media. Filling in for Hammer. Allison, our producer, is here. And the creator of Barguments, Dan Bass Levy, hooking up with him live in Chicago. Bass, what is Barguments? How do we play?
Hi, Nigel.
Hey, buddy.
The game is super simple. I'm going to lob up a term, a fun topic that is called Barguments, which I own. It's a podcast that I do. You can watch it on YouTube. You can download it anywhere you get your podcast. And it's just simple and fun. It's arguments you'd have with your buddies at a bar, barbecue, barbershop, wherever you guys are where you're discussing would you rathers, greatest of all times, any of that nonsense. We do it all in one podcast, and I come on this show every Friday, and I'm going to lob one up to you, Nigel, if you're cool with it.
All right.
All right. This week's is going to be the best death scene in a movie.
Best death scene in a movie. Now,
yes,
I will say that my co-host today is first-generation American. His family is from Cuba.
Yep. First time doing Barguments.
First time doing Barguments.
The shot's on me, buddy. The first shot's on me.
I think I came out with a heater. I brought it. There's one on here I'm a little concerned with, but I think I'm going to win this one.
All right. Well, I don't think it's a contest. So.
Everything's a contest. Everything's a contest.
We usually don't play for winners, but I'm down to keep score if you are, bud. I'm in.
You might be the one I'm worried about.
Jerry Lopez. Beth. Best death scene in a movie.
So,
let's hear it.
I might be a little partial because this is a Cuban character, but I think this is a cult classic. I got to go with Say Hello to My Little Friend from Scarface.
There we go. Let's do it.
You want to play rough? Okay. No. Say hello to my little friend. Go ahead, take your f***ing bullet. Take your f***ing bullet. Go ahead.
By the way,
by
the way, that is exactly what happens to me every time my family tries to get me out of a buffet. I like that is a classic scene. That's a great one.
Say hello to my little friend, and then of course I had to cut out a bunch of stuff where he starts just blowing away.
I mean, like 5 million bullets were used in that scene.
Yeah, and then that black guy comes up, sneaks up behind him.
Game over.
Just blows him away, and he falls into the pool. So,
but the hunchback he has when he's firing that weapon is so legendary.
Yeah, yeah,
so good. It's so good.
Oh man, that is a great death scene. I'm gonna go.
And to be honest, and real quick before I interrupt you, all the death scenes in that movie are pretty classic. Everyone that bites it goes out pretty classic.
Not a lot of talking when the Columbia gets chopped up in the tub, though.
I was gonna say there was a chainsaw involved.
Yeah, in the tub.
Even the first one when he goes like, for a green card, I cover him up real nice. That's like, ooh, what kind of movie is this?
Was that really okay? Like, I know you're first generation American. Your family comes from Cuba. I mean,
you got to remember that was the days of the 80s cocaine in Miami. It was murder capital.
That scene took place in Miami.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
After everybody had already come off the boat.
Yeah.
And it was like that.
It was like that. You're talking about 500,000 Cubans with nowhere to go. They're just all in Miami. Wow. People have no jobs, and then you have this huge drug culture, and it turns into a turf war, and now you have this craziness. Yeah, that was real.
Are you sure you're talking about Miami, or are you talking about 2025 Chicago?
Well, or also acceptable 2025 Indianapolis.
Right on, right on.
Let's go. I will go next, if you don't mind.
Please.
I thought some of the most famous best death scenes, most inspirational. You could go anywhere with this kind of topic. I went with Braveheart. When they put William Wallace, they had him splayed out on that, I don't know, piece of wood, and what were they doing to him down there? Were they cutting his junk off, or they were? They
were slicing it right into the coin purse.
They were disemboweling him.
Yes, they were going all in.
So I was in the service, and they were like, "Affix your bayonets," and I'm like, "We're really supposed to stab people with these things?"
Is that what it was?
Can you imagine war back in the day? Today we just fly video games.
So at the end of Braveheart, is that what they were doing? They were disemboweling him, they were cutting his junk off, and all he had to say was mercy. All William Wallace had to do was say, even his boys out there in the crowd, if you remember that scene that were described, even his guys that were loyal to him, say mercy, mercy, just say mercy. Here is my best death scene in a movie.
The prisoner wishes to say a word.
Dude, that doesn't give you goosebumps.
Old school vasectomy.
Dude, honestly, I forget just how good of a movie that is. I mean, just hearing that, you instantly feel that.
After those, that scene where the guys came down and had their way with the guys' wives.
Yes.
And then they got them back.
Oh, that's the part that upset you, Allison. It's not what happened to the guy.
Oh, justice for women.
That's hard to disagree with. You put me on the spot there.
Base. What is your best? I can't do it.
The best death scene for me, I think, hits me because I was a kid when I saw the scene and I didn't really understand what it was. But I remember being 8 years old in the movie theater watching Rocky IV.
Oh, boy.
And I remember watching Apollo Creed tell Rocky, "Don't take me out of the fight." And then I didn't know you could actually punch someone so hard in the nose in boxing and kill them. And I remember being like, to me, Rocky was just like a fun boxing movie. And I'm like,
sure.
Wait, Apollo died?
But that scene was supposed to be, that was an exhibition.
It was supposed to be an exhibition. You're right. And I just remember him giving that little glove, the fist in the air to his wife who's crying. And also they knock him out and they just show Drago's wife leaning in, taking a smoke of a cigarette off someone else's hand.
Was that Brigitte
and I was
Nielsen?
Like, what? My innocence was gone.
Here is, I think we had this clip where Apollo's wife starts saying, stop the fight. Stop the fight. Throw the towel.
I've never seen Apollo take so much punishment.
Oh.
If he dies, he dies.
If he dies.
And that was the other thing.
If he dies.
The one time he speaks to the camera, he just says if he dies, he dies. I was like, what's going on?
Well, and you had a whole internet meme created from the scene from the throw in the towel scene with the trainer. That is a throw in the towel. When somebody's losing an argument online, you see that meme
an
all
argument,
day.
an election, whenever a team loses really bad in a game. I mean, that thing services. It's almost up there with that Jordan crying meme. It is 100%.
There. You got to blame Rocky for this whole thing. I mean,
That's
he
true.
didn't throw the towel. That means in boxing, when you throw in the towel, that means the match is over.
Yeah, we
they got to
quit.
stop.
Yeah, we
But
quit.
even if he threw that towel in,
that
guy was not stopping. They tried to get him to stop it. His arm he was still trying to strike at Apollo going down.
If he dies, he dies.
If he dies.
Oh, wow. All right.
Here we go with this one.
So we're doing Barguments here with Dan Bass Levy out of Chicago. The best. When you put it like this,
almost there.
It's hard to take this serious.
The best death scene in a movie. This is the best. The absolute. This fires Allison up.
We've had Scarface, Braveheart, and Apollo Creed.
And this is probably the quickest Barguments I ever had an answer to, I will say.
Ooh.
Okay, the best death scene in a movie. Allison.
So I noticed you guys have all the same theme, violence. I went with a a more emotional death, one that really pulls at the heartstrings, traumatized every 90s kid, Lion King. When Mufasa dies.
For God's sake.
You have.
I don't know that it's not violent either. It's not. It is violent.
It's sad. I will say it's a sad scene. I mean,
and Mufasa dies in front of his son, his little cub.
I know. So you have the emotional of the brother going against his own brother. You have Mufasa dying in front of his own son.
Scarface.
There
I got
so
it all.
Much.
Go ahead and play it. I got the audio.
Well, when you put it like that.
Mufasa falling off a mountain.
Help me!
James Earl Jones. Come on.
Ooh.
Long live the king.
Goosebumps.
That was dark. You're right, Allison. That's dark.
And then when Simba comes down, trying to wake him up, and
Are you crying, Allison?
I'm shaking a little bit.
It's done. That is a dark scene.
I mean, you
for
could've-
children, that's hard.
If you're gonna go those kinds of scenes, you're gonna go Old Yeller.
God! Don't seriously.
Had the
don't talk about that.
hydrophoby. And then
somebody said Atreyu, never-ending story.
Atreyu, never-ending story.
That was pretty rough.
Oh, that one makes me want to cry too.
Bambi.
I will also say that it was between Rocky and the scene of Jurassic Park where the guy gets eaten by the T-Rex on the toilet. I was like, dude, I mean, I went for the emotional hit, but if you can find yourself on a toilet and 2 seconds later, you're inside of a T-Rex's mouth, that is right there.
I've had a bad day.
Base, where can people find Barguments?
You can just go on YouTube, hit Barguments, you'll find it all there, plus a plethora of more Barguments anywhere you download your podcast.
Hey, brother, have a great weekend. Thanks, man. We'll do it again next week.
You guys rock. Talk to you then.
It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now. I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code MORE to get up to a $5 per gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code MORE to get up to a $5 per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code MORE.
Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln and Fishers. Come see the full line of breathtaking Lincoln vehicles at Indiana's premier Lincoln dealership. From the moment you arrive at Tom Roush Lincoln, you'll know you've arrived. Shop over 200 new Lincolns in our state-of-the-art family-owned and operated dealership with no pressure. Just the award-winning service and respect you deserve, plus complimentary pickup and delivery for service. Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln and Fishers.
There's just something special about late summer at Wilson Farm Market. The sweet corn's still crisp, the tomatoes are juicy, and the cucumbers taste just like the summer should. Stop by with the family, fill your basket with fresh produce, grab some hot, fresh fried chicken, pick up homemade jams, and select from hundreds of cheeses to make every meal something special. And don't forget that famous pretzel bread. It's always a hit at the dinner table. 20 minutes north of Carmel on 31 in Arcadia. Online at wilsonfarmmarket.com. That's wilsonfarmmarket.com.
Garage door problems? Call today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis services all makes of garage doors 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call today for service today. 875-4577. Call today for service today. Get it fixed right now. Call Garage Doors of Indianapolis at 875-4577 or visit doorstoday.com.
In the morning, call 875-4577.
Service today?
Today.
Since 1983, over 80,000 customers have trusted their home to B Window.
We're now employee-owned, and that means we treat your home like it's our own.
From energy-efficient windows that can cut your energy costs by up to 50%.
To stylish doors, siding, and custom bathroom models, we have you covered.
And every project is backed by our industry-leading warranty.
Call today or go to bwindow.com and receive up to 50% off plus a free patio door.
Because at
B Window,
we mean business.
This is Robert with Kirby Heating and Air. Go to kirbyheating.com to schedule with one of our qualified service technicians.
Kirby Heating and Air is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
The Indy 1500 Gun and Knife Show is this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the Indiana State Fairgrounds. For hunting, sporting, and personal protection gear, visit the Indy 1500 Gun and Knife Show.
Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at drexelin.com or visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go.
Get ready for the Colts Ultimate Tailgate, Sunday, September 7th at 9:30 a.m. We're kicking things off at Slippery Noodle. Start game day with WIBC. Drink specials, games, prizes, and more. Don't miss the party before the party with Neutral and Jack Daniels. Details at WIBC.com.
Matt Bear, what's going on with traffic?
All right, Nigel, inbound 69, crash cleared 80 seconds. Stop and go traffic back to 106. Eastbound 70 from the west side, delayed 5 minutes, hard to get to the south split. Southbound 65, stop and go 29th to the north split. And then we have that construction delay, 4 minutes of southbound 65, 70 from the north split to the south split. Crash west side, Belmont, north of 10th, and a crash Lafayette Road, north of 86th. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at drexelin.com. Visit drexelin.com for your free interior design or visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Yeah, 75 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. I'm Nigel. Jerry Lopez filling in for Hammer coming up after 4 o'clock. The administration, City Hall, Joe Hogsett City Hall is an absolute mess. A huge expose released today, and everybody's talking about it. And it is, I would say, not a surprise, Jerry.
It can't be a surprise after hearing everything we've come out of the administration. It's just nice that so many people are coming forward. The part that kind of sucks is nothing's going to happen. It's not a secret.
Yeah, and the other part that sucks is that these people are going to work every day miserable, or they had been going to work every day miserable. We'll discuss that after 4 o'clock. Meanwhile, Denzel Washington says we've been pronouncing his name wrong for decades. One of my favorite actors. In some of my favorite movies, watch The Book of Eli with Mila Kunis.
Never seen it.
With Mila Kunis. Unbelievable, underrated. You're supposed to. I think it's Denzel Washington, not Denzel Washington. It's Denzel Washington. But wouldn't it be hilarious if it was actually supposed to be? If he said it's Denzel Washington?
I'm sure some people do say it like that. My first roommate in the Army was from Paducah, Kentucky. He would say that. He would say Washington.
Oh, I love that Denzel Washington in Training Day. It's supposed to be Denzel Washington. Emphasis on the Den. Any preferred movies from Equalizer?
I like the one with the heart transplant with the kid. Like that was a crazy. It was super sad. His kid needed a heart transplant. He went in. He held up the hospital and made them do this transplant on his kid. It was super touching. Great movie.
I don't know the name of that one.
John Q.
There it is.
John Q.
That's a good one.
Did he transplant his own heart?
No, I don't think so.
He didn't.
Yeah, I don't think so.
He didn't give away his own heart.
It's not an iRobot situation, no.
Okay.
If anyone could do it, Denzel could.
Denzel Washington.
Training Day, Equalizer.
The whole series for that. Yeah.
Let's see, man. American Gangster with Russell Crowe. Incredible. Yeah. He's up there in my top 5.
He's one of the few box office. Him, Leo, Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
When Brad Pitt, they come out with the movie, you got to watch it.
He's got a Spike Lee movie coming out. I'm not too sure.
I'm not a Spike Lee
because
fan.
I'm not too keen on Spike Lee, for sure. A new study showing that more than 1 in 3 Americans get jitters from coffee, which hurts their focus, raises anxiety, and disrupts their day. Anxiety is the key word for me. I don't drink coffee anymore because of the anxiety portion of it. And my heart starts...
I have Red Bull and coffee in the same day all the time. I start my day with a Red Bull on the way to work, and then I have a coffee when I get there.
The Cuban coffee... I've tried Cuban coffee before.
The little cafecitos? Oh, yeah. Just a dabaduya.
The little Cuban coffee, like it's smaller than a Dixie cup.
Yeah.
And I swear I just sniffed about a pound of cocaine every time I
So I went and stayed with my grandma, and I poured a Starbucks-style cafecito, and I didn't sleep for like 2.5 days.
Wow. Okay. It's a Hammer and Nigel show.
Hammer here from my friends at Diamonds Direct. Keystone at the Crossing. It's right there by the Green Bridge. Find the Green Bridge, you'll find Diamonds Direct. They are the official jeweler of the Indianapolis Colts. And the key word is direct, because they get their stones, their diamonds, direct from the source. And that is how they pass on the savings to you. Diamonds Direct, they have the biggest selection and the lowest price. There's something for everybody's price range. The staff, they're amazing. They'll work with you. There's no pressure to spend more than you have. Their job is to make sure you get the biggest bang for your buck. So no matter what your budget, Diamonds Direct will find something that works for you. Keystone at the Crossing, stop by, walk in that beautiful showroom, talk to the staff, the best customer service, diamondsdirect.com, and make sure you tell them that Hammer from the Hammer and Nigel show sent you in.
Truck drivers, have you been searching for a more reliable driving job? Get the paychecks and predictability you need as a Schneider driver. Schneider's large selection of driving jobs means you can get the home time that suits your schedule. Choose from daily, weekly, monthly, or sometime in between. Plus, Schneider drivers have access to great benefits with a 401k match and a 24/7 support team. Get the keys to a better driving job. Search openings near you and apply now at SchneiderJobs.com.
Here's the tale of the daily Medfield. Same old pharmacy, same old bill, but those prices kept rising higher still.
Till the savings wrangler rode in, cool as can be. Tap Good RX, saving massively.
No plan? Don't matter none. Up to 80% off. The deals are done.
Discounts hitting harder than Ma's chili. Dang. That one little app does all the rest.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
Check Good RX. Good RX is not insurance.
It's JMV. Fall is approaching, and Miss M's Home and Garden is ready to help you. Visit the Garden Center for all things fall as the Labor Day sale continues. Now at Miss M's, save 20% on all trees, shrubs, and patio furniture, plus 30% on all pottery. These are the deals you do not want to miss. Get ahead on the fall planning, add some color with the high-quality pottery, or get a few pieces of poly patio furniture just in time for cooler fall nights. Miss M's on State Road 135, south of Whiteland Road in Bargersville.
Neighborhoods are popping up everywhere, but if you want something different than what you're currently seeing, Joyner Homes, based out of Greenfield, can build you a unique custom home on your own private lot or anywhere you can bring your own builder. They've built hundreds of homes across central Indiana. Visit Joyner Homes Model Homes or go to joynerhomes.com to see floor plans and pricing and more. With Joyner Homes, you can even start from scratch if you want. Check out their 5-star Google reviews and visit joynerhomes.com.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, I think I saw a fox on my way in.
Oh, that was the Carfax Carfox. He was congratulating us on our Carfax Top-Rated Service Center Award.
I have always rated Tire Discounters at the very top.
Oh, thanks. So does Carfax. And not just for tires, but for all our services, too.
Alignment, brakes, shocks and struts, and more.
Yes, sir.
But, Mike, do you think people believe Carfax over me?
Well, you are the Phantom tire buyer.
Exactly.
Listen up, football fans. You won't want to miss this.
Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets, win or lose. So you could turn that $300 into something bigger when you bet on money lines, spread, totals, player props.
$300 in bonus bets when new customers bet $5. I know where I'm going to bet from now on. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Indiana. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recycler Studios, you'll hear why students left their schools today, especially in Indianapolis. A person is in trouble with the law for stealing from a nail salon, among other things, and how the weather will roll out across the state in the coming days. Those stories coming up right after Fox News. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 4 o'clock.
Gratitude from grieving parents. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. Now that 2 suspects have been arrested in the death of congressional intern Eric Tarpinian Jackham.
We are very, very thankful.
The 21-year-old's mother also appealing for people to unite around making American cities safer.
This isn't political. It's a safety issue for everybody, for every person across America, no matter where you live or where you visit.
The shooting that killed Tarpinian Jackham left 2 others injured in the nation's capital. U.S. Attorney for D.C. Janine Pirro says the 2 suspects are 17 and have violent records in family court. Now they're charged with murder in adult court. Police still searching for a 3rd juvenile suspect. The president's economic team focusing on the bigger picture after a weaker than expected report on hiring in August. Just 22,000 jobs created.
We expect this number will be revised up. That's been the pattern over and over. And if that happens, then it'll be consistent with all the other indicators we're seeing. Industrial production is at an all-time high. Capital spending is up 8% over the first half of the year.
Kevin Hassett is director of the National Economic Council as President Trump continues to forecast new factories and manufacturing jobs coming from pledged investments by companies and countries. Today's number is fueling more talk of a Fed interest rate cut ahead of the central bank's next meeting later this month. The Dow down 220 points at the bell after pairing heavier losses. Just getting word, an artificial intelligence company agrees to pay $1.5 billion to settle a class action lawsuit by book authors who say Anthropic used pirated copies of their works to train its chatbot, one of many legal fights accusing AI companies of copyright infringement. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
You might have something in common with students in Indianapolis. Partly cloudy skies and 74 degrees in the Circle City. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 4:02. That is if you're upset by recent shootings across the U.S., especially in schools. John Herrick explains.
What you're hearing there is a group of students from various Indianapolis public schools taking part in a national walkout on Friday to express their outrage over how kids have been killed in recent shootings, like at Annunciation Catholic School in Minneapolis in August. This student spoke to WIBC's Ryan Hedrick.
Do you want to see a total ban on every gun?
I ideally think so. I don't really see any good that I think comes from guns. I understand that that's probably not the step that would be the easiest to happen.
Another student says she wasn't totally on board with a total ban, but she did say regulation on guns is needed. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Noblesville police say a woman from Carmel named Michelle Mittler stole some things from the Nails and Lounge on Campus Parkway yesterday evening. When officers confronted her in her vehicle, they say she sped away, which led to a chase that went through downtown Noblesville. Police also say they put out tire deflation devices and she ran over them but still kept driving until she nailed 2 police cruisers. Mittler was evaluated at a nearby hospital before being taken to the Hamilton County Jail. If you're wondering when Indiana could get some rain,
there'll be some chances for some showers here tonight, Friday night, especially if you're south of I-70. It could be some scattered showers, especially down towards the Ohio Valley where there could be some numerous rain showers. But past that, that might be our best chance of rain here, at least for the next week.
Alex McGinnis with the National Weather Service says after a cooler weekend, temperatures will warm up by the middle of next week. The Indiana Fever are 21-20 after losing to the Phoenix Mercury, 85-79 Tuesday. They take on the Chicago Sky this evening, tip-off at 7:30. News time 4:04. Your traffic and weather in 1 minute.
By now, you've heard about IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's a way to claim your unclaimed property from the Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division. It's not a scam. It's not houses, boats, cars, or storage facilities. It isn't free money. So what exactly is it? It's your money. It belongs to you, and it's waiting for you to claim it. It's money from unclaimed wages or commissions, forgotten bank accounts, underlying shares, refunds, insurance proceeds, stock dividends, safe deposit box contents, overpayments, certificates of deposit, money orders, and more. The Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division safeguards those funds while trying to locate and return those funds to the owner or heir. It's your money, you deserve it, and the Attorney General's office wants to make sure you get it. The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Hammer and Nigel to 46220. That's Hammer and Nigel to 46220. Or visit indianaunclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
With your WIBC traffic at 4:05, Matt Bear, what you got?
Bound 69 stop and go traffic 106th Street down to 82nd Street. That is a delay time right now of 2 minutes. Southbound 465 on the east side, 9-minute delay, 72-74. Northbound 65 south side comes up slowly from Raymond Street into the south split. And southbound 65 stop and go traffic 29th to Meridian Penn. Then southbound 65-70 loaded up from the north split to the south split for a 5-minute delay. Eastbound 70 delayed 4 minutes. That's Belmont into the south split. Crash south side. This is Meridian Street at South 11 Road. Also a crash on the northwest side, 2 on Lafayette Road, 1 at Georgetown Road, and the other one north of 86th. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies with nationwide LTE coverage. For a limited time, get 60% off and free UPS shipping at rapidradios.com. Use code RADIO for an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And now your American Standard Cooling Weather Center forecast. It's partly cloudy as of now, but it should get cloudier with showers tonight, along with lows in the low to mid-50s. Looking ahead into tomorrow, early morning rainfall isn't in the forecast, but sunshine should form in the afternoon, highs in the low 70s. I'm Jake McDaniel on The Level on the Go and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it!
My name is Nigel Jerry Lopez. You can find him on social media at Indy Spanglish, filling in for Jason Hammer. Have you ever had a job that you hated?
Yeah, I had a job that I would be mad walking into.
Yes.
Yeah.
What was it?
I'm not going to name the company because it's local, but I was doing IT, big hospital complex, we'll say, and I just didn't like it.
Was it the culture? Was it the boss?
I think it was more of just the job itself.
The job.
Yeah.
I am very lucky. When I was like 16, 15 years old, I spent a day in the Kroger Deli in Brownsburg.
Cutting that meat.
8 hours, and I never went back. I didn't even want my paycheck. It was the most miserable experience of my life. I went across the street, applied for Burger King, and I loved it. I loved it. And the reason I'm asking this is because I'm sure there's plenty of people out there listening that don't like their jobs, that hate going, but put up with it because it's good paycheck.
Well, the bill collector doesn't care if you like your job.
Yeah, the bills are paid. But like when you get a job within city government, especially as high up as Hogsett in his administration, you would think, this is it. I got it. This is great.
That would be a job I would brag about.
Be it.
Yeah.
Not so, says mirrorindy.org, a platform. Well, I saw it on Wish TV, and they went to mirrorindy.org. Pete Blanchard is the one that wrote this thing. Workers describe toxic culture in Mayor Joe Hogsett's City Hall. That's the headline. Did we not know this already?
I mean, he's not running for something. I'm running from something. That's your first clue. Right? When the mayor's under investigation, he comes out and says, I'm running from.
Run from something. Yeah. So you're telling me Indy Joe might not be a good guy. The guy that went missing during the riots and brought back Thomas Carl Cook for his re-election campaign after the sexual harassment scandal might not be a good guy. We're shocked.
I'm going to go on a limb here, Nigel, and just say allegedly he's probably an angry drunk.
Okay, allegedly.
Right? Some
I'm
people
glad
are
you
happy.
say allegedly.
Some people are happy. Some people are funny. Some people get angry.
Okay, I'm going to just kind of read from this mirrorindy.org website, and you could figure it out yourself if you want to do it. He would yell at me for some small things. Him yelling at me was not rare, said his former assistant. Mirror Indy interviewed 12 current or former city employees, some named, some not. Many of them described a culture of fear inside the city-county building. Mila Miles, again, a person who was willing to be named, was Hogsett's special assistant for part of his first term, said the mayor's behavior is what drove her out of the position. She said the mayor often made inappropriate remarks and was prone to outbursts. Quote, he treated me like bleep, would call me weird and a dumbass, and mentioned whether I could do the job in front of people. He would tell me, he would yell at me for small things. Him yelling was not rare.
I mean, what are the chances that some of this is kinder, gentler generation where people, feelings kind of matter a lot? There is a lot of inappropriate behavior. Right. There's a lot of inappropriate behavior that cannot be excused at all, right? Sexual harassment, no place for it at the workplace, right? I think calling somebody a piece of bleep in front of their cut, like that should not happen. But tough bosses happen.
I just feel like there's precedence here.
I agree.
Underneath the administration. Maggie Adams McBride, a former project manager in the mayor's office who resigned in May, said she was retaliated against after she filed an HR complaint and tendered her resignation. She said she decided to speak up publicly to see how her colleagues were treated. And, quote, I have watched so many other people leave quietly because of fear of retaliation. I decided I didn't want that to happen anymore as long as he is in office. He being Mayor Hogsett, nothing's going to change.
I wonder if there's a class action lawsuit or something in the future where all these people come together.
No, because we had those women that were harassed by Thomas Carl Cook, his right-hand man, and who was brought back during the second campaign or the third campaign, whichever. Is this his third term?
I think this is third or fourth,
term?
Yeah.
They did not want any money. They wanted to expose what was going on within the administration. And I think that's...
Yeah, nothing happened.
Nothing happened. A lot.
Yeah, but imagine that. These women put themselves out front and nothing happens.
Oh, they got kicked out of town council meetings.
I mean, it's horrible.
So that's what's going on. It's an extensive piece at mirrorindy.org. Pete Blanchard is the author of that, and if you want to, we could sit here for 3 hours and talk about this.
It's pretty long.
Article.
Yeah, it's long.
You sent me this, and I was wondering if you could maybe, I don't know, extend some stuff about Mayor Eric Adams of New York City.
Yeah, so mayor, he's an old mayor. He was the mayor.
Yeah.
Is running for re-election. Ran against Cuomo and Mamdani.
Cuomo. Mamdani scares me a little bit.
He scares me a lot. Scares me a lot.
Mayor Eric Adams was through COVID and stuff like that.
Yeah. They ran a primary and Mamdani won, and Cuomo was the last on there. Essentially, the Democrats of New York City have kicked Eric Adams out the moment he started agreeing. When Biden left and Trump took over, Eric Adams started working with Trump on immigration, spoke up about all the homeless immigrants, immigrants in the hotels. Also, it was 180 flip. He's working with the administration, no longer kowtowing to the Biden administration. And as expected, the Democrats said, we no longer support you. So Eric Adams decided, you know what? I still want to be the mayor. I'm going to run as an independent. And, now he's working with the Trump administration on some kind of consultant, or possibly they had a meeting. And there's a chance that he's going to drop out of the race completely, which turns it into Mamdani Cuomo. And Mamdani is a socialist. By all accounts, he's come out and said it. Wants to do government-ran grocery stores. Wants to do free everything. But how?
Grocery stores.
Ideas are great, but when you got to find the money for them, that's where socialism falls apart.
So pulling Eric Adams out of this race and putting him into something in the Trump administration.
Yeah.
Pulls more votes for Cuomo and or
Mamdani.
Slua.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the Republican. He's the guardian angel guy. I don't think he's going to win. I think whoever's...
He's tried before.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think he's going to win.
But Mamdani seems like a shoo-in at this point.
I mean, listen, you're talking about a younger demographic in New York City, and who doesn't like socialism until you got to start paying your own bills? Right? We're all socialists in college.
Right.
You're a socialist in high school. This is great. But when you got to pay your own bills, all of a sudden, you start looking at that FICA and your Social Security and your Medicare, and you go, Mom, I work. Remember the first time you got your first check? And then you look and you're like, this is half of what I thought I was going to get.
Exactly.
It's going to be worse.
Although my first check from Burger King, I think I spent it all on Burger King. Matt Bear, what's going on with traffic?
All right, guys, looking at inbound 69 right now. Stop and go traffic from 106th Street down to 82nd. Inbound 65 slows. 21st to Meridian Penn, and then southbound 6570. That's loaded up because of construction from North Split down to the South Split. Northbound 65 south side, stop and go traffic before Raymond into the South Split for a 2-minute delay. South side pockets of slow on eastbound 465 from I-69 over to Arlington Avenue. Crash west side, Belmont Avenue, north of 10th. 2 crashes, Lafayette Road at Georgetown Road, and another north of 86, and a crash south side. This is Meridian Street at stop 11. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies with nationwide LTE coverage. For a limited time, get 60% off and free UPS shipping at rapidradios.com. Use code radio for an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
You coming in here later, about 4:30 or so, buddy?
I can't wait, man. Thanks for the invite.
All right, man. 75 and mostly sunny at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center, 93 WIBC.
Attention Indiana homeowners. Are you dealing with a wet and moldy crawl space? Hi, I'm Adam Swain with Swain Co. Crawl Space and Basement Repair, your real, local, Indiana family-owned experts dedicated to fixing your crawl space right the first time. And with our new no interest, no payment financing, you can get the repairs you need without breaking the bank. Don't let crawl space water problems dampen your spirits. Call Swain Co., Indy's most trusted waterproofing experts at 317-407-1868 or swaincollc.com.
Bet365 is paying out before the final whistle.
Check out Bet365's unrivaled early payout offer. When you bet on a team to win and they take a 17-point lead, you get paid no matter the final score. Forget the final whistle and start counting that cash. Hold up. You get early payout on parlays, too.
Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Indiana. T&Cs apply.
Here's a tale of Becky. Didn't know what to do with new meds prescribed and no real cost clue.
She squinted at prices, that can't be right. Then tapped GoodRx and saw the light.
She could get a deal. Book telehealth if she feel.
Learn about those meds without any stress. That one little app does all the rest. Even my horse downloaded it. Dang, save time and money on prescriptions.
Check GoodRx. GoodRx is not insurance.
Are you ready to build your custom dream home? Joyner Homes is ready to make your dream come true. Over 18 years, Joyner Homes, based out of Greenfield, have built hundreds of homes in central Indiana. And the best place to start is JoynerHomes.com. That's where you'll find pricing, photos of completed Joyner homes to inspire you, available home sites, and info on where you can visit their model homes and a lot more. Be sure to check out Joyner Homes' 5-star Google reviews. Get started today at JoynerHomes.com.
Make this your year. Looking for a new career in the high-demand fields of IT and cybersecurity? Attend classes live online or on campus. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify.
This hour on 93 WIBC is powered by Kirby Heating and Air, your American Standard air dealer, serving Hendricks and surrounding counties.
Hammer and Nigel presents
It depends upon what the meaning of the word is.
Is this anything?
Yeah. Brought to you by Indiana Unclaimed. Presented by the Attorney General's office here in Indiana. The Attorney General's office reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every single week. Fast, easy, free to search at indianaunclaimed.gov. Hammer usually gives these to me, Jerry. Do you care if I give these to you?
Not at all. Let's see.
A mom from New Zealand broke the world record for fastest 100-meter sprint over Legos. She was able to, barefoot. She was able to do it in under 24 seconds. Here is Gabrielle talking about her record-breaking run under Legos.
I actually had a health scare a couple of years ago, so reevaluated my bucket list as a result. One of the things that ended up on the list was to do a Guinness World Records attempt. Nice conditions on the track today, sunny with a good chance of injury. It looks a lot longer than it did in the training, I have to say. Probably about halfway, it switched from being like, wow, I'm actually doing this, to boy, that looks like a long, long way away. Oh, like a dream. It's like running on clouds.
She ran, I don't know if you saw this, Jerry. She ran like, it looked like a mile on Legos, barefoot. I don't think it was that long, but I step on one and I start convulsing. I fall to the floor and hold my foot. Is this anything?
I mean, it's hashtag things my white friends would do. Like, I don't think a Latino would ever try to set a record for running over Legos. I didn't even know that was a record. How do you even find that record exists? I am willing, look, if that's a world record and it's not based on gender, I'm willing to give this a shot. I think I can run 100 meters in less than 25 seconds on Legos.
Barefoot.
That's a lot of Legos, though. 100 meters of Legos is a lot.
Barefoot.
Yeah. But that's a lot of Legos.
That hurts.
I mean, maybe.
Millennials are defending their generation's habit of putting LOL at the end of every text. Apparently, I do this a lot. Apparently, Gen Z feels like it's unnecessary. Here is Anna defending millennials using LOL.
People are saying to millennials to stop putting LOL behind the sentences. And the thing is, it's not really like every time. It's more like, or, and that's just what it is.
That doesn't mean laugh out loud then. Laugh out loud is ha 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 ha. So here's another thing. This is a true story. They told us at my corporate gig that we need to stop giving the thumbs up to comments because it's been perceived as passive-aggressive by the younger generation. Almost like giving somebody the bird. When they write something, you thumbs up it, that's passive-aggressive now.
Wait,
I promise you, that's a real thing. Yeah.
We had a guy here that told one of our other guys that we work with not to put all caps
because it's screaming
in the email because it's screaming and it's triggering.
Yeah, I've heard that.
That's that could be a problem if you put all caps in the subject heading.
I have way bigger problems. Yeah, I have
right?
have adult issues. I don't care how you type.
There's a new relationship trend going viral. It's called "Date Them Until You Hate Them." The basic concept is to stay in a relationship until you despise the person to make your breakup easier. Here is a TikTok user breaking it all down.
Get ready with me while I tell you how I ended my 4-year relationship and wasn't totally heartbroken after. The reason I was able to walk away from my 4-year relationship is because I dated him until I hated him. Now, I know some people are about to come for me and be like, you should just end it. It's not always that easy. Some people make it really hard for you to walk away from a relationship, or maybe you're really, really comfortable with them. You've been with them for forever, and it is hard to walk away sometimes. So, again, date them until you hate them.
Jerry, you seem like you've been in the middle of several different relationships.
Yeah.
Maybe not
I've hated all of them at the end. I was doing this. I've been doing this for years, dude. I got another.
So does that mean that? Do you understand what this woman is saying?
No, it sounds ridiculous. I mean, if you're not going to work things out, just break up with somebody. If you're dating somebody until you hate them, then you've been unhappy for a long time already.
But it makes it easier to break up with them. The people hate the breaking up.
Then I think you need to grow up. If that's where you're at, then you need to grow up. But I have another term for you. Have you ever heard the term hobosexual? Have you ever heard that? That's a real thing. It has nothing to do with homeless people. It's when somebody in a relationship gets into a relationship so they have somewhere to stay. Right? So you have a roommate, and you date a girl so you can stay at her place. You don't have to stay at your place anymore. It's a hobosexual. It's a real thing.
Okay. Taking your phone to the bathroom ups your hemorrhoid risk by 46%.
That's why I have those things. How weird.
I've never... has anybody in here ever had hemorrhoids?
No.
Yeah?
No. But I imagine if you see something you don't like on the phone...
I want to hear an audible no from you.
No, I haven't. It seems unpleasant, though.
It does seem unpleasant. I don't know how...
46%'s a lot.
That's a lot. Is it because you see news you don't want to see and you just get fired up and push too hard?
Well, I think you're just sitting down in a position where...
Yeah, for
longer
a long
than usual.
time.
Than you're supposed to.
You ever sat down so long your legs fell asleep? It's never happened to me.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
All the time. And...
He just falls asleep.
Are there hemorrhoids?
Nige.
Are there hemorrhoids? There's medication, not medication.
You got to sit on the bubble, right? You sit on the
No, but there's like wipes called Tucks.
Yeah, wipes and creams and stuff. Yeah.
Got to be. But you sit on the tube, right? That's the hemorrhoid thing.
But you have to have them removed, don't you?
I think they go down by themselves, if I'm guessing. You don't have
somebody in the chat.
I think you're thinking hernias.
Nigel.
Hernias you got to get removed. Hemorrhoids, I think you just put a cream.
Oh, good Lord. Oh, good God.
Did you get your answer?
Did you Google hemorrhoids? Go to images?
No. Again, we referenced this movie, Lady Birds, with Tom Hanks and who else is in that movie? There's one scene where like they're leaving, like people that will go into the casino in this movie will leave tucks on the floor.
For the next person?
Yeah. Like they're sitting there playing they're sitting there playing the slot machines.
That's so gross.
And they start wiping their butt with tucks and they just leave in there.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm good. I mean, we did have the potty buddy thing that was for community use. You put your feet up on it.
Squatty potty.
What is it? Oh, it's still in there.
I walked in. I'm like, why is there a step in the restroom?
The potty buddy.
Squatty
the
potty.
Squatty potty still in the unisex bathroom right behind us.
Know, it looks like a stepping stool, and it's on the side of the potty. I didn't know what it was for. I guess it's so that you can put your feet up while you're doing number two, and it makes it easier.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've never seen one in life before I came here.
A coworker wanted to bring it in, and I guess it's for communal use now.
Communal use. It was underneath his desk for like months, and now it's just kind of in the unisex bathroom. So, all right, my name's Nigel. Jerry Lopez is here. Allison is here. I've been accused of sounding drunk on the radio. I am on some I'm on some new medication, by the way. Chuck Stratton says, "Hey, show sounds good. Nigel sounds drunk." Yeah, I'm on some new medication. I'm going to be adjusting it next week. So if I sound drunk, it's because of all the beer I've been drinking over the past. All right, we'll be right back. Matt Bear is coming in next to wax a static. And that's next on the Hammer and Nigel show.
Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln and Fishers. Come see the full line of breathtaking Lincoln vehicles at Indiana's premier Lincoln dealership. From the moment you arrive at Tom Roush Lincoln, you'll know you've arrived. Shop over 200 new Lincolns in our state-of-the-art family-owned and operated dealership with no pressure. Just the award-winning service and respect you deserve, plus complimentary pickup and delivery for service. Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln and Fishers.
At Community Health Network MD Anderson Cancer Center, we're here to support you every way we can. From answering your questions to helping coordinate appointments.
The whole team has been phenomenal there. They made me feel like I'm a family member. I get hugs every time I go in. It's been such a blessing that the great care I've received has been so close to home.
Learn more about Community MD Anderson at ecommunity.com/cancer.
Puccini's Pizza, Pasta, Puccini's. 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 Puccini's Pizza, pasta, Puccini's.
Hello, I'm Joe Cordell, founder of Cordell & Cordell. Divorce is complicated, especially when your small business or professional practice is involved. At Cordell & Cordell, we understand that these assets raise unique valuation and allocation issues. For 35 years, we've helped doctors, lawyers, and small business owners navigate divorce with confidence. Call us at Cordell & Cordell. Let me tell you, I understand on a personal level, your business is much more than a job. It's your legacy.
101 West Ohio, Indianapolis. CordellCordell.com.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
It's for their voices to be heard. Fair skies and 74 degrees on Monument Circle. Tonight's low is 55. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 4:30. Public schools in Indianapolis, including Heron, North Central, and Shortridge, went to the State House today. They did this in response to the shooting in Minneapolis last week. Students' parents had to get permission from the school before leaving their classrooms. Dennis Lemoyne goes to the International School of Indiana. He says he is very sad that he keeps hearing about violence like this.
When you're at school and these mass shootings happen in school where kids die, what's the prevailing thought amongst you guys?
Unfortunately, a lot of the times I feel like it just goes by ignored. It's sad that it's not considered more by students.
WIBC's Ryan Hedrick reporting there is a 22-state effort backing the removal of affirmative action plans for federal contractors, and Indiana's Attorney General is a part of the fight.
Attorney General Todd Rokita says he supports the Trump administration's moves to eliminate any DEI initiatives from federal contracting. I'm Jarrett Lewis. He calls the current requirements unconstitutional.
These regulations promote unlawful discrimination, undermine true equal opportunity, and they needlessly burden employers.
In August, Rokita and Governor Mike Braun announced that all state contracts must include revised language stating that contractors must not pursue DEI initiatives which treat people differently on the basis of race or sex. Jarrett Lewis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
ICE is getting ready to raid Chicago this weekend, but Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker is totally against it and says he'll take legal action against the Trump administration. The acting head of ICE, Todd Lyons, said on Fox's America Reports that ICE has actually been working in Chicago for a while now, even before the new administration took over in January.
In places like Chicago, where there is an immigrant population that's high, it's most of the time that these criminal aliens go back and reoffend in those communities.
This is all happening while leaders in Illinois are saying that Chicago's crime has been going down, and having federal agents there would just make things worse. And now your WIBC closing bell report. The Dow lost 220 points today to 45,400. The S&P 500 blew 20 points to 6481. And the NASDAQ closed the day down 7 points to 21,700. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 4:32.
Hammer here from my friends at Diamonds Direct. Keystone at the crossing. It's right there by the Green Bridge. Find the Green Bridge. You'll find Diamonds Direct. They are the official jeweler of the Indianapolis Colts. And the key word is direct, because they get their stones, their diamonds, direct from the source. And that is how they pass on the savings to you. Diamonds Direct, they have the biggest selection and the lowest price. There's something for everybody's price range. The staff, they're amazing. They'll work with you. There's no pressure to spend more than you have. Their job is to make sure you get the biggest bang for your buck. So no matter what your budget, Diamonds Direct will find something that works for you. Keystone at the Crossing, stop by, walk in that beautiful showroom, talk to the staff, the best customer service, diamondsdirect.com, and make sure you tell them that Hammer from the Hammer and Nigel show sent you in.
With traffic now, Matt Bear, what you got?
Take a look at southbound 65, stopping traffic 29th to Meridian Penn, and then the construction delay on southbound 6570 from the north split down to the south split, delay 5 minutes. Northbound 65 out of the south side, stop and go from Raymond into the south split because of construction. East side delayed as 7 minutes southbound 465 72 74. Crash on the south side, Meridian Street at stop 11. Crash Lafayette Road at Georgetown. Crash Lafayette Road north of West 86. Eastbound 465 on the north side slow from 865 over to the ditch. Westbound lanes also pockets of slow Meridian to 865. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies with nationwide LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Use code RADIO for an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And now your American Standard Cooling Weather Center forecast. More clouds to form tonight with showers possible. Low temperatures in the low to mid-50s. Early morning rain tomorrow, and sunny skies could appear in the afternoon with highs in the low 70s. I'm Jake McDaniel on The Level on the Go and on WIBC.com.
Housing discrimination. Would you recognize it and report it? These folks did.
My landlord said rent will be cheaper if we're friends with benefits.
Because I'm legally blind, a landlord questioned whether I'd be capable of maintaining an apartment.
Our real estate agent said a different neighborhood with people like us might better suit our family.
To learn more about housing discrimination, visit HUD.gov/fair housing. Fair housing is your right. Use it. A public service message from HUD in partnership with the National Fair Housing Alliance.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
All right, my name is Nigel. Jason Hammer is out. Jerry Lopez at Indy Spanglish is in. Also joining us live in studio, the traffic beast, Matt Bear. Something happening on the Circle tonight I wasn't aware of. And does this happen every year? What's going on tonight on the Circle?
Yeah, this is a thing. It's
wrong one.
No,
There you go.
all right, yeah.
There
My
you
first day, I apologize. It's this thing that they're doing now to celebrate National Recovery Month, and lots of people who are either in recovery, starting recovery, long-term, whatever it might be, are going to be on Monument Circle tonight and witness it being lit purple, which is the Recovery Month color. So it's a lot of fun. And it's so inspiring to see so many recovering alcoholics and addicts in one place. And us being, me being a recovering alcoholic and addict, I mean, it's a perfect opportunity for me, anybody in the recovery world, to come down and say, hey, because, I mean, if you're a recovering alcoholic, you just shake another recovering alcoholic's hand and you're like, hey, I'm at it. It's like, oh, we all get each other, So it's a great group of people, and it goes to show that we can gather, have fun, and not even think about drinking. And if you are, you're in the right place.
I think one of the biggest things about this stuff is letting people know they're not alone.
Oh, God.
So you get out there and you see hundreds or
Good
50
point.
or even 30 other people, and it's like, I'm not just by myself in this.
Now, that's the biggest thing, Jerry, and that's what got me through early recovery, is going into rooms.
Like you're not some weirdo. You're just a normal person dealing with normal life.
Yeah, remember, when I used to really have shame about my drinking, which was all the time, I didn't know who to talk to about it, but you can go in, and and I'm protecting anonymity here, you can go into certain places and tell your story and just see heads nodding. People be like, yeah, I did that. And I laugh about it because everybody does laugh together at ourselves. It is so community, and it is so we're not judging you. And it's such a beautiful thing. And this is an opportunity tonight to get on the Circle and share your story with somebody else, to get on the Circle and say, hey, I did this. If I could do this, anybody can.
So wait, there's people speaking?
I don't know. That's a good question. As far as I know, it's just going to be more of a gathering, and to be able to see the lights come on, and it's a chance for a lot of the recovery centers to bring different buses down of people, who are just exiting detox, or maybe 1 month, 3 month, 9 months into a program of residents living where they're supervised on a day-to-day basis. But it is an opportunity for them to bring people down who might just be starting the process and say, hey, look at all these guys. Look at all these men and women who have become men and women through their recovery. And it's inspiring, because I remember when I was so impressionable in my early recovery, I would see somebody and they'd have 6 months, 9 months, 2 years, 4 years. If you had years and years, I thought you were God. I thought you were a deity. And it's, of course, they would tell you, yeah, it's just one day at a time. It's what I do. But it's a chance to do that, man.
Do you have to go to like a 30-day rehab to really recover, or can you just start going to AA meetings?
I can speak.
Or is it,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Or is it just whatever you choose?
It's up to the individual, and it's the best way to enter your sobriety. For me, I needed that 30-day rehab. My very first rehab was up at Fairbanks Community North here in Indianapolis, and I checked myself out after 10 days after I schemed a program, which I could moderately drink. That didn't go so well. As a matter of fact, I bought wine on the way home. And for me, I needed not only that professional detox that I talk about so much, because detoxing on your own, when you're an alcoholic like me, drinking morning, noon, night, overnight, to keep the shakes away, you had to have that supervision. I had to have that supervision. And then the beauty about rehab, I love rehab so much. Not going back, but I love rehab so much. The 30 days of the camaraderie you have and the lessons learned, and to be able to talk to people, and just like you were talking about, Jerry, just to sit with a bunch of guys and to talk about things, manhood through recovery and what your life can be, and especially what your life has been and whether or not you want that anymore. And the answer is no. For me, 30-day rehab was some real magic that happened. Now, it took me a couple of times. I'm not going to lie to you. It's not all Pollyanna. My story is relapse, but to be able to do that 30-day rehab, listen to the doctor, listen to your peers. If you have a group of guys around you saying, I wouldn't check myself out, maybe it's not best, this is the time. The recovery is the time to start listening to people and to say my way doesn't work.
Let's get to the traffic at the Colts this weekend here in just a minute, but let's stay on this topic right here. Supporting sobriety, that is your podcast. For people who aren't, look, tell us about the clip we're about to listen to here.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, it's supporting sobriety, and it's myself and Ryan Hedrick, who anchors the morning news. Fantastic. And, I'm talking about recovery.
Great podcast.
Thank you, man. Thank you. It's 30, 60, 90 days, wherever you're at. Eventually, me being 4 years sober now, you start to appreciate the little things that you didn't appreciate while you were drinking.
Yeah.
Like hygiene. Hygiene's a big one that I like now, believe it or not. And one of the things that I've had throughout my drinking career was this broken license plate that hang down off my car. It looks like it's about to rip off. So, something.
I've seen that.
Yeah, it was kind of a landmark here at the I almost said MS, at the WIBC garage. First time in 10 years, I have a license plate on my car that I do not have to push.
Oh, I love it.
It's firmly secured to my car. And it's so weird because now I close the trunk and I'm like reaching down trying to find the license, and it's already up there. And I'm like, this is great. It sounds so trivial. And it is such a gift of recovery because when I was drunk, I didn't give a shit. And it's like the last 4 years plus at my sobriety time, I'm like, what am I going to change? That fucking license plate, man. It's just, but getting this license plate to me was such a symbol of, things get better. And it's just a small thing. Wow. And it was just a very small investment. I finally had the money to do it. So I went to the B&B and I waited over an hour and a half, and it's like getting a new Nintendo on Christmas Eve. It is like the best gift right now. And that's why I wanted to talk about it. It's just these little things that come through recovery, and big things like what you're doing. For me, I had a little thing, but it feels so big, and that's all I need because it's good for me. Now listen to a couple of things I said there. I'm talking about affording a license plate, which it sounds bizarre to a lot of people because they are not expensive. It's just something you go and you do, end up in your registration, whatever else. Getting a license plate, and granted, it's the blackout license plate for Indiana. It's the coolest thing in the world, I think. Well, to me at least.
Pretty cool.
There's two things there that just sound so, it's like, what are you on, dude? Why would you care about something like that? But to me, that is a sign that I'm sober now, that I'm actually taking my life seriously, that I'm becoming a man and tending to my responsibilities, that you don't drive around with a broken license plate if you can fix it and put it on your car. And that's what I'm doing now. So, and that's what you get through recovery, man.
But when you look back, how many times could you have done that? You could have done it 1,000 times. It just wasn't high enough on the list of priorities.
It's such a good point. Yeah, there are 1,000 times that maybe if I would have taken some Kettle One money and put it in a license plate money, but you don't.
Kettle One money.
Yeah, it was Kettle One money. $23 a day at minimum. You look at it, and I'm making that. I would have had to make that trade for a bottle of Kettle One for a license plate, and that sure as hell wasn't.
License plate's on there.
Yeah, right. You can't drink the license plate, So it's a cool thing, man. And I go on and on about it to people's annoyance, but I love my new license plate because it means I'm a man. It means I'm grown up,
Well, it's those little things. It doesn't matter maybe to anybody else, but it matters to you. Right?
Well, you got to find your why, right? What is it for you? Because it might be different for me. I have kids. My reason might be them. You don't. It might be different for you.
The thing about all of this is when you're talking about entry rehab and what your priorities, like you were saying, Jerry, and who needs what is, again, I want to reiterate, if you are struggling, drugs, alcohol, disease of addiction, it's all under one banner, and that's the evil monster. That's the disease of addiction. It's that umbrella. Whatever you might be struggling with, it's the time to start listening to other people and not yourself. I call it, and this was taught to me by reading materials and by fantastic people, it's the psychic change. What do you change? You change everything. And that sounds scary as hell. And you don't want to lose your essence. I want to be me and everything, but it's the open-mindedness to receive somebody else's message of how this works and how to stay sober that keeps us sober, man. We don't do anything well alone. Especially getting somewhere making this life change. It's like quitting smoking. And going cold turkey on smoking is one of the hardest damn things you're going to do, but you need help. Some people use a patch. Some people need you to hide the cigarette. Some people need to hide my bottle.
Eat 1,000 Zins a day.
Eat 1,000 Zins a day.
That's...
Man, in rehab.
Is that your trick, Jerry?
I've changed like 7 of them since we've started the show.
I'm telling you, in rehab, Zins are commodity. Those are trading goods right there.
Colts game this Sunday. The traffic, I have a feeling, is going to be a bleep show. What do you think?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. There's going to be some new delays, some new construction as people come up, especially from the south side. The 65's under construction, as a lot of people know, and down to 2 lanes as you make your way from 465 up to the south split. But this Madison Avenue construction zone on the south side, it's stone cold, man. It's down to 1 lane in each direction. We've had some activity in here this week, including a fatal crash at Madison Avenue at Terrace where the old BMV used to be. So this is what I would call a dangerous construction zone in my professional opinion. So please be careful if you have to make your way up through that. If you're coming down from Fisher's, 465 down to 1 lane around East 56th Street. So there are a couple of spots, whether you're coming from the northeast side or south side. I hope people look into it, really pay attention, leave early for the game, and go cheer on the Colts and have the best damn time ever,
Well, I think you're going to have a really good time when you order one of those pretzels. Jerry, have you seen the Colts pretzels?
I have not.
Why don't you type that in?
Colts pretzel?
To your...
Are we serious? It just looks like
this is a new menu item. I'll show the camera here.
I bet it's good.
I pick that up in my backyard all the time after I let my dog out.
Right. They did a great job shaping it like a horseshoe.
Yeah.
It looks like a horseshoe, but it does look like
Looks like it was pushed out of a horse.
But came straight from the horse.
You call it horseshoe, I call it horse poo.
Like something that you found laying on the floor in the 5th floor bathroom here.
Where can we find your podcast?
It's any podcast provider. I use Apple. There's Spotify, 1,000 others, and you can find us on X and Instagram at sobriety_pod. We'd love to have you have your comments. And people message me. I'm not the biggest social media guy in the world, but please shoot me a message if there's something I can do to help. That has helped. That has happened, and hopefully I've been able to be of service there. So please reach out to me, and I'm better about checking that kind of stuff, and we'll get back to you. We'll figure out something together.
Matt Bear, we love you. Thanks for coming in.
Guys, love you. Thanks for having me in today.
It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Central Indiana knows tough, but your water shouldn't be. Indiana ranks among the hardest water in the country, and your home is paying the price. Connecticut's non-electric technology means no timer, settings, or headaches, just water that works, even when the power doesn't. And the twin tank design means clean, soft water 24/7. Connecticut water softeners are the solution, made in the U.S. Visit ConnecticutIndy.com and mention Made in the U.S. for an additional $250 off your purchase of a softener. Connecticut, American-made, Midwest tough.
Now that Labor Day's over, it's time to switch out summer outfits for new fall looks and head into the season in style. Shop Macy's today for the latest fall trends from top brands like ruffled skirts and barrel leg bottoms 25% off. And men's suits for every occasion from Tommy Hilfiger, Michael Kors, and more 50 to 75% off. Plus, find signature scents from Yves Saint Laurent, Valentino, and so many others. So hurry in now and refresh your fall wardrobe at Macy's. Savings off already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
The IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship is back at the racing capital of the world. This sports car racing event, September 19th through 21st, is different than anything you've seen at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Sunday the 21st, it's the TireRack.com Battle on the Bricks. And now the race runs 6 hours. The paddock is open for fans all weekend long. Infield camping opportunities make this a can't-miss weekend. Kids 15 and under are free with a paid adult. Get your tickets at IMS.com.
You ready to build your custom dream home? Check out Joyner Homes based out of Greenfield. See one of their model homes in person anytime. It is a great way for you to experience the customization and quality of a Joyner Homes custom built home. Plus, you can meet with a new home specialist to learn about their building process. Available lots if you don't already have one. Find out about floor plans and where they build. Model homes are open 7 days a week from noon to 5 and walk-ins are welcome. Find out more at joynerhomes.com.
We play fair in Indiana, but Washington insiders want to cheat. They want taxpayers to spend millions to redraw legislative maps approved just 4 years ago. That's not democracy. It's a power grab, and they're hoping you won't notice. Thankfully, some of our leaders are saying no to D.C. politics. Tell politicians Hoosiers don't cheat. Protect our votes and get back to focusing on our real problems. Join the team at playfairindiana.com. Paid for by Indiana Conservation Voters.
This is Robert with Kirby Heating and Air. No job is too big or small. Go to kirbyheating.com to speak with someone today about your project.
Kirby Heating and Air is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Hammer and Nigel to 46220 or visit indianaunclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at drexelin.com or visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go.
Join Tony Katz Saturday, September 13th from 3 till 7 p.m. at Premier Arms. Enjoy free food, drinks, and mystery bags, plus live and silent auctions, all to benefit veteran suicide awareness. Don't miss this great cause and a great time.
Matt Bear, what's going on with traffic?
All right, Nigel, coming out of the North Split. This is a crash on northbound 65, slow onto westbound 70, back to rural. Southbound 65, 70, jammed up. North Split down to the South Split because of construction. Inbound 65, running slow from 29th to Meridian Pad. Northbound 65, south side slow. Raymond Street into the South Split. It's a construction delay. Eastbound 70, stop and go Harding into the South Split. A 3-minute delay. Crash west side, Belmont Avenue north of 10th. And a crash south side Meridian Street at Stop 11 Road. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at drexelin.com. Visit drexelin.com for your free interior design or visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Oh, yeah, 75 and sunny at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. My name is Nigel. Jerry Lopez filling in for Hammer. Did you see this, Jerry? The White House has rebranded Pentagon. It's the Pentagon Department of War, not the Department of Defense anymore.
Yeah, but that's what it used to be
kind of
called.
like back in World War II, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not the Gulf of Mexico anymore. It's the Gulf of America. It's the Department of War, part of a broad effort to present some more aggressive, victorious military.
I mean, but that's what they are.
World.
They are the Department of War. That maybe it doesn't sound cool to civilians because war sounds like a violent word if you want to, but that's what they do.
But does it really play into the staying out of wars and getting Nobel Peace Prize?
I mean, first of all, he deserves a Nobel Peace Prize. I don't care what anybody says. Like, he's done way
Donald
more.
Trump?
He's done way more than Barack Obama's done to get the Nobel Peace Prize. If he doesn't get it, it's completely political.
Iran alone, dropping those bombs.
There you go. He made a peace agreement between two countries, Azerbaijan and somebody else, or Armenia and somebody, like they've been fighting for forever. If he figures out the Russia-Ukraine thing and somehow can put the Israel-Palestine thing to rest, give him 4 of them.
It's been like one conflict a month he's put down since he's been in the presidency. So I think the name change would likely require an act of Congress. I think they're trying to work a way around that. But the Department of War. So does that mean the Secretary Hegseth?
Secretary of War?
Secretary of War instead of Defense Secretary Hegseth?
That's a way better name. I like that name.
All right, you sent me a couple of things here. What is sextortion?
So this
I know what this is.
Yeah.
But this is a different kind of thing. I couldn't get past the. You must have like all the fancy.
No, it's called VPN, Nige. They don't.
Well, the New York Times.
Yeah.
I couldn't. It was a New York Times article, and I couldn't get past it.
Yeah,
so,
I'm not paying for it. Yeah, but sextortion. So it's not like revenge porn, right? Where that's somebody sends you pictures and it's illegal. It should be illegal, right? But this is a new thing where hackers are now taking pictures of you watching said videos and then blackmailing you with said pictures.
Oh, good
Does that make
Lord.
sense? They hack your webcam and they have videos of you watching these movies, and then they come back to you and say, "You pay us, so we're going to release these." It's a new thing. Yeah, it's crazy.
Why don't you just put tape over the camera?
I mean, that's easy.
I mean, that would be one thing, right? I mean, I don't necessarily spend my time watching any of that stuff, but if you don't want to get caught watching that crap and somebody taping you watching that crap, maybe some Scotch tape.
I would tell you in today's age, it's probably a good idea to cover your camera on anything, just knowing how people work. It doesn't. People are hacking multi-million-dollar companies. You don't think they can hack your AT&T Wi-Fi? Let's be real.
Unbelievable. Okay, the Justice Department discussing proposals to potentially block transgender Americans from buying firearms. I don't know if this is going to work or not. I actually know the answer. This is not going to work, but it has been on the headlines lately. We'll get to that after 5 o'clock. It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Hammer here from my friends at Diamonds Direct. Keystone at the Crossing. It's right there by the Green Bridge. Find the Green Bridge. You'll find Diamonds Direct. They are the official jeweler of the Indianapolis Colts. And the key word is direct, because they get their stones, their diamonds, direct from the source. And that is how they pass on the savings to you. Diamonds Direct. They have the biggest selection and the lowest price. There's something for everybody's price range. The staff, they're amazing. They'll work with you. There's no pressure to spend more than you have. Their job is to make sure you get the biggest bang for your buck. So no matter what your budget, Diamonds Direct will find something that works for you. Keystone at the Crossing. Stop by, walk in that beautiful showroom, talk to the staff, the best customer service, diamondsdirect.com, and make sure you tell them that Hammer from the Hammer and Nigel show sent you in.
When it comes to retirement, it's not just what you've saved, it's what you keep that matters. Howard Bailey Financial invites you to join our free educational event featuring nationally recognized IRA expert and CPA Ed Slott, where he will focus on strategies to help reduce unnecessary taxes, avoid common mistakes, and plan smarter for the years ahead. This event is ideal for anyone in or nearing retirement who wants to make the most of what they've saved. Reserve your spot at the Forum in Fishers on Thursday, September 11th by calling or texting ED to 888-262-1104. Space is limited, so reserve your spot today by calling or texting ED to 888-262-1104. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
Listen up, football fans. You won't want to miss this.
Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets, win or lose. So you could turn that $300 into something bigger when you bet on money lines, spread, totals, player props.
$300 in bonus bets when new customers bet $5. I know where I'm going to bet from now on. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Indiana. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Some things can steal your sunshine. Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken. Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Neighborhoods are popping up everywhere, but if you want something different than what you're currently seeing, Joyner Homes, based out of Greenfield, can build you a unique, custom home on your own private lot or anywhere you can bring your own builder. They've built hundreds of homes across central Indiana. Visit Joyner Homes Model Homes or go to joynerhomes.com to see floor plans and pricing and more. With Joyner Homes, you can even start from scratch if you want. Check out their 5-star Google reviews and visit joynerhomes.com.
Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln and Fishers. Come see the full line of breathtaking Lincoln vehicles at Indiana's premier Lincoln dealership. From the moment you arrive at Tom Roush Lincoln, you'll know you've arrived. Shop over 200 new Lincolns in our state-of-the-art family-owned and operated dealership with no pressure. Just the award-winning service and respect you deserve, plus complimentary pickup and delivery for service. Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln and Fishers.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recyclers Studios, you'll hear how students are making their voices be heard in Indianapolis regarding violence, what the mayor talked about regarding murders and shootings. You'll also hear what the Powerball jackpot is for tomorrow night. Those stories are coming up next, right after Fox News. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1, Indianapolis. It's 5 o'clock.
The Department of War makes a comeback. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. President Trump just signing an executive order to change the name Department of Defense, given after World War II, back to the Department of War, named by George Washington.
I think it sends a message of victory. I think it sends really a message of strength. We're very strong. We're much stronger than anyone would really understand.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, or Secretary of War, says it's part of a culture change, restoring a warrior ethos. The president says they'll put the change before Congress, though he also questions whether approval from lawmakers is really needed. The U.S. sending 10 F-35 fighter jets to Puerto Rico, adding to a buildup of forces the Venezuelan government has objected to, sending 2 of its military aircraft over a U.S. Navy ship after a deadly strike on what the U.S. called a drug boat from Venezuela.
I just think it's strong. We're strong on drugs. We don't want drugs killing our people. I believe we lost 300,000. You know, they always say 95, 100,000. I believe they've been saying that for 20 years. I believe we lost 300,000 people last year.
The Venezuelan leader has accused the U.S. of plotting to oust him. President Trump critical of President Maduro's claim of re-election last year. But reporters just asking him about the possibility of regime change. The president said the U.S. is not talking about that. More than 1 million immigrants from Venezuela and Haiti can remain in the U.S., at least for now, under the temporary legal protections granted by the Biden administration. A federal judge ruling the current Homeland Security chief exceeded her authority by reversing extensions of that. President Trump says security guarantees aimed at helping to end the war in Ukraine remain in the works.
Europe wants to see it end, and it'll end. It'll end all of a sudden. It's going to come together. You watch.
Earlier this week, multiple European nations pledging troops for a future reassurance force. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Kids over guns. Cloudy and 74 degrees in downtown Indy. Lows in the mid-50s tonight. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 5:02. That was part of the message from a walkout put together by students that accumulated at the Indiana State House today. John Herrick reports.
Students from Indianapolis Public Schools had another thing they wanted to get across, which was enough is enough. They're tired of seeing school shootings like the one at Annunciation Catholic School in Minneapolis last month. Democratic State Senator Andrea Hunley joined the kids at the State House. She says she's glad they're speaking up.
Anytime that there is a gun death, it has ripple effects across the entire community. But I don't think we have to accept the way that things are right now. We could ban assault-style weapons. We could do that.
The students got permission from their parents to participate in the walkout, and they were taken back to their respective schools before the end of the day. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And violent crime is down in Indianapolis, with police reporting steady declines across nearly every category through the first 8 months of 2025.
There are unfortunate incidents, but frankly, unfortunate incidents occur all over the town.
After breaking ground on the Indiana Fever's new practice facility built on the site of the old Marion County Jail, Mayor Joe Hogsett said the city's drop in murders, shootings, and property crimes reflects broader national trends. And the Powerball jackpot is jumping to an estimated $1.8 billion for Saturday night's drawing. Here's what these people think about what they would do if they won the jackpot.
You'd be surprised how quick it goes when you start spending. Buy a house, buy a car, buy a house for your wife.
You understand, it's not how much you get, it's what you do.
I would get a financial advisor as well. One that I could trust.
One dream, one ticket.
It's the second largest jackpot in U.S. lottery history, with the cash value now at more than $826 million. WIBC News Time is 5:04. You've got traffic and weather coming in 1 minute.
When people think sleep apnea, they think CPAP. Now at Advent, we do all we can to help sleep apnea sufferers avoid the CPAP machine. And most sleep apnea sufferers who come to Advent are going to be able to avoid a CPAP altogether. Our unique Advent approach using simple in-office solutions can get your nose working and throat open all under one roof. You see, the root of every snoring and obstructive sleep apnea problem lies within the throat, nose, or both. At Advent, we know when we get the nose and throat working properly, most snoring and sleep apnea problems will subside. And we have the most simple and convenient, ultra-effective in-office solutions that can do just that. And this is why people have traveled by planes, trains, and automobiles from corners of the world you would never think of to find the sleep apnea and snoring relief you won't find elsewhere.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. AdventKnows.com. Most insurance accepted.
You've got WIBC traffic now at 5:05. Here's Matt Bear.
Yeah, Chris, coming out of the north split is northbound 65 on the exit ramp to Meridian. Southbound 6570 is jammed right now. From the north split to the south split, delay time is at 9 minutes. Eastbound 70, stop and go from Belmont into Meridian, Illinois. And south side, northbound 65 slows before Raymond into the south split because of construction. At eastbound 465 slows before US 31 over to Arlington Avenue. Inbound 69, stop and go traffic from 106th Street to 82nd. Crash south side. This is South Meridian at stop 11. And a crash on the northwest side, Lafayette Road at Georgetown Road. Traffic sponsored by Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. Honda of Fishers is now Great Lakes Honda of Fishers under new ownership. Visit them just off State Road 37 for special grand opening prices during their summer sales event. Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And now here's the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
We'll track a spotty rain chances for Friday night with decreasing winds. Lows will fall into the low to mid 50s. Saturday, we'll track decreasing clouds with comfortable temperatures as highs get into the low to mid 70s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna from 93 WIBC.
I'm Jake McDaniel on the level on the go and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it!
All right, my name is Nigel. Jerry Lopez is here. Saw this interesting headline on Drudge Report last night that basically implied the Justice Department is discussing proposals to potentially block transgender Americans from buying firearms. This, of course, in the wake of the deadly Catholic church shooting. The guy that did it identified as a trans woman, Jerry. This was in Minneapolis, the Catholic Church. Some DOJ members believe the move can be approved as a follow-up. Trump's executive order, you remember, barring military service by transgender people. I'm not sure about this one, man. If you want to, if there's somebody that's going to say, hey, transgender people are mentally ill, then that's one thing. But that's got to be done on a federal level.
I mean, I understand the precedent. I understand the argument.
I do too, because
look at all the school shootings. I hate to say it.
A lot of school shootings with
less than 1%. Less than 1% of the population has committed like the last 9 shootings. They've either been non-gender conformative, so they didn't identify as a male or female, non-binary, transgender, all that. I get it, but to your point, you can't just take somebody's guns away because they identify as transgender. You have got to put something on paper to make that some kind of mental illness and then go that route.
They're saying one option could see Trump formally declaring that people who identify as transgender are indeed mentally ill and are not legally allowed to possess firearms.
That would be the argument.
That's the argument, but just a whole slew of legal complications there. Federal law requires that only a judge can declare someone mentally defective, and then they'll be able to strip them of their rights to own firearms.
On a case-by-case basis.
Case-by-case basis. I reached out to the gun guy, Guy Relford, who has a show here on Saturday nights and also does Monday Gun Day here with us on Mondays. Guy said, quote, I think it's a clear violation of the Second Amendment unless a person has been adjudicated and mentally defective, which is the language of the applicable federal statute, meaning they've been committed to a mental health facility because they're a danger to themselves or others. And that's kind of par for the course. That's for anybody.
Right.
That's not just for transgender people.
Right.
Now, there has been a pattern, like you said, of these shootings at Christian churches and schools of transgender identified people. But unless you...
Not all transgenders want to shoot schools.
Of course.
Right? So that's the argument. It's like you can't take it from everybody, but we have to do something to get people help.
Let's go back. I want to... We played this earlier this week, and I want to replay it again. Let's go back and listen to the exchange with CNN's Brianna Keeler and Deputy Assistant to the President, Sebastian Gorka. Here's Brianna Keeler on... basically, Sebastian Gorka is saying, yeah, there's a pattern here of this, and here's Brianna Keeler.
96% of attackers when you're looking at the U.S. Secret Service National Threat Assessment Center, looking at 172 mass attacks in the U.S. between 2016 and 2020, 96% were non-trans men. So I know you're focusing on this shooter being trans. The shooter was trans, and that is certainly of note. But are you missing the bigger picture here when you zero in on that instead of more broadly these school shooters as an epidemic, and you perhaps miss the through line that connects them all?
Here is, again, Sebastian Gorka, assistant to President Donald Trump. Here is his response to that.
Well, no, because your facts obfuscate two things. You are using data based upon the predominant gun violence, which is gang-on-gang violence with zero ideological content. If you remove all of that, the gang violence on the streets of Chicago, L.A., Detroit, then you come down to a much smaller data set. So it's like those who say, gun violence in America causes so many deaths, and then fail to note that the majority of the stats they are using refer to also suicides by gun, which of course is not what we are talking about here today. So let's concentrate on mass shootings at schools, specifically Christian or Catholic schools. Then the data set is wholly different. There was an ideological content to this attack. That's what terrorism is. It's not because somebody didn't get the drug deal they wanted. It is an ideological message, whether it was anti-Israel, as in this case, whether it targeted President Trump in its rhetoric, as we saw on one of the magazines written by the perpetrator on that YouTube video, or whether we saw the fact that it was anti-Christian and targeting children. That has nothing to do with gang violence. Let's not mix the two things up.
I don't know why CNN.
That's a great response.
Sebastian Gorka, Deputy Assistant to the President on. I mean, he makes such a great point. Like, hey, let's drill down here for a second, right? And when we're talking about gun violence, we're talking about these schools that have been attacked by trans individuals. That's like you can't just extrapolate. Like you can't just say, "Oh, yeah, gun violence is out of control."
But I think the fear here is then how far away are you from going? Okay, in these cities, in the inner city, we're no longer going to let young black males own guns.
Okay, all right. Let's change it up just a little bit. I want to get to Jake Query. I want to get to Caitlin Clark. Jake Query from 107.5 The Fans coming in. He's going to talk about Caitlin Clark, and she made a huge announcement last night that is I don't know, it just sucks. It was a disappointing second season for Caitlin Clark. It's over. The Fever still have a shot at the playoffs. And we've also got the Colts game this Sunday. We'll cover that next after traffic with Matt Baer.
Got it, Nigel. Southbound 6570, stop and go traffic, north split to the south split. That's a 3-minute delay. Southbound 65, stop and go from 29th to the north split, delayed at 14 minutes. Looking at southbound 465 on the east side, a 3-minute delay from 70 down to 74. Crash south side, Meridian Street at stop 11 Road and into downtown from the west side. It's eastbound 70, delayed 3 minutes. Harding into the south split. Traffic sponsored by the International Hot Rod Association. The IHRA Outlaw Nitro Series is coming back to Columbus September 3rd through the 6th. Kids 12 and under free. Get your tickets now at IHRA.com. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Oh, what is it? What are we doing right now? It is 74 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. One of the things we like to do here at the Hammer and Nigel Show is a weekly recap of some of the segments, some of the clips that we've had. Allison does a great job at this. So, Allison, roll them.
He's like herpes. You can't get rid of him.
Yeah, my dad kept calling me Buckethead.
Damn you, Mayor Johnson, and damn you, Governor Fat Pig.
The more beer I intake on the golf course, I'm not finishing.
Is it bad I'm shaking right now? Like, listen to you describe this. Like, that's not healthy that I'm shaking, is it?
I can get you something to fix that if you want.
Look, if you want to record an upskirt, I get it.
Allison, is period part of the pregnancy? Like, if you're pregnant, you don't get your period for 9 months, right?
You get a few beers in me, and I'm shooting pool. I'm walking around the table like Soul Man.
What the hell is a gigawatt?
Giga who? I mean, that is a big melon.
I'm gonna stand there with these 5 bags in my hand and just sweat.
Were you pooping on the air talking to me? Yes or no?
I may have gone number 2 on the air.
Guess we're just gonna have to stab people like cavemen around here.
When's the last time you played Leapfrog with one of your buddies?
Those are great. Those are great.
A weekend recap with Allison on the Hammer and Nigel Show. We'll be right back with Jake Query.
What is 988? It's a way forward. It's a listening ear. It's whatever help you need when you need it. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline offers trained crisis specialists ready to talk to you 24/7. If you or someone you love is experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis in their life, call or text 988. Want more information? Visit 988indiana.org.
Some things can steal your sunshine. Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken.
Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Are you ready to build your custom dream home? Joyner Homes is ready to make your dream come true. Over 18 years, Joyner Homes, based out of Greenfield, have built hundreds of homes in central Indiana. And the best place to start is JoynerHomes.com. That's where you'll find pricing, photos of completed Joyner homes to inspire you, available home sites, and info on where you can visit their model homes and a lot more. Be sure to check out Joyner Homes' 5-star Google reviews. Get started today at JoynerHomes.com.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
This hour on 93 WIBC is powered by Kirby Heating and Air, your American Standard air dealer, serving Hendricks and surrounding counties.
The Hammer and Nigel Show. My name is Nigel. Jerry Lopez filling in for Hammer. Jake Query from 107.5 The Fan has been kind enough to step in and give us a little Colts preview. Colts and the Dolphins at home over the weekend. But first, huge, mind-blowing, disappointing news. Caitlin Clark out for the year. I don't think it's a surprise. Do you?
No, I don't. And what's
What I'm curious to know is, and I don't know that we'll ever, Nigel, get rightly so and understandably so, the real backstory. But I guess the one question you would have would be, if this was not a franchise that had already been decimated this year by injury and have multiple starters that have gone down and been out for the year, and if they were in position where, they're 3 games out of the number 1 seed, or they look like everything's coming together for a playoff push, then would you make this decision? Or is the decision partially based upon, hey, look, at some point you have to preserve for next year? And I think what you see with Caitlin Clark is, with a groin injury, and then when you find out that she earlier had also a bone bruise in her lower leg, I think injuries can become compensatory and then compound on one another because you're favoring one way or the other. And Stephanie White had said that to get Caitlin Clark back, they wanted to see her in 5 full practices. And they just haven't had the chance also to be able to examine that, go at full speed, get the conditioning back. So I just think the final sands ran through the hourglass on the year.
And have you talked to any experts or doctors about this specific groin injury and how vicious and how long-lasting it could be?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is, I remember we talked to a trainer probably when the injury first began. And I think what happens is, groin injuries, it's kind of like hamstring injuries. One person's week can be another person's month. And so and then in addition to that, I think the thing that becomes a challenge, Nigel, like I said, is you don't realize you're doing it, but you're moving your body in a different motion and a different movement, and then that can compound things. But I really think conditioning came into play too, because she has not been able to play at full strength in so long at full speed that I think they just worried about the conditioning once she came back as well.
And are the Indiana Fevers still is there still a possibility of a playoff run?
Yeah, they're right there.
Unbelievable.
That's the thing. They're right there in the balance for the final playoff spot. And, I think certainly – and the other thing that becomes hard, you owe it to the – they've lost multiple starters and key players. But yet you owe it to the players who have played for you to be able to go out there and say – Kelsey Mitchell and Aaliyah Boston and those that have played really well for you, you owe it to them to say, we are still going to push in and do everything we can to get, a chance in the playoffs this year. But you also have to look at, and I think all you have to do, and it's a different situation because Tyrese Halliburton, you were a half away. I mean, Tyrese Halliburton had to play in that game in Game 7. But there's no way that it can't be in the back of the minds across the hall of at what point do we mortgage the future for the now?
Speaking with Jake Query from 107.5 The Fan, our sister sports talk station, are you hosting, before we get to the Colts analysis, are you hosting the tailgate Sunday? Still Slippery Noodle, right?
It is at the Slippery Noodle. Everything begins, I believe, at 9:30 in the morning. If you can believe this, I'm doing the last one. So we have 2 of them that are responsible for the Fan. I will do the bookend on the final home game.
Okay, but there is a tailgate. There is a
tailgate, 9:30 in the morning. Everything gets underway on Sunday. Jeff Rickard will be there. Different people from the Fan will be there. I'm actually going, Nigel, you can make fun of me all you want. But a while ago, I had bought my ticket. I'm going to the Rose Bowl to see Oasis.
Haven't you already seen Oasis? You flew halfway across the world to see Oasis the summer.
I saw him twice in Manchester, England, and it was so good.
That's incredible.
I want to see the Rose Bowl as much as anything. And just for good measure, to show that I'm the least sane individual on the planet. Tomorrow, when I arrive in Los Angeles before the concert, since I have free time and I'm by myself, I'm going to go scout out the site of Spahn Ranch where the Manson family lived and find the Manson Cave.
You like doing that kind of crap when you go to all these different interesting places.
I do.
Now at the Rose Bowl, are you going to have to wear a bucket hat? Are they going to be, because I believe the story you told me when you were in Manchester is all the people standing up front were wearing raincoats and bucket hats, and it wasn't beer they were throwing in the air. It was their own urine.
That's
after
correct.
They finished
That's a British thing, apparently.
Just a British thing. Okay?
So I bought my ticket. I'm in row 58 in the opposite end from the stage. It's safer there from the flying urine. So I don't think that's a California thing, but we'll see.
So, Jake, from a 30,000-foot perspective, from the average, everyday, ordinary Colts fan, I'm a passionate Colts fan, sometimes irrational, but like somebody that pays attention to the Colts on the periphery, watches the games, has people over, what can you tell them to expect this season?
The Colts actually could exceed expectation. And do I think they're going to be a playoff team? Probably on the cusp of it. But I think they have a good roster. I think they are going to be a team that defensively, their defense. This is all, Nigel, barring injury, right? This is assuming that they stay healthy.
Sure.
But I think they're going to stay in games because I do think that they're going to have a good defense. They have their cornerbacks, so basically their defensive backfield that tries to limit the passing attack of the other team. Those players are new to the Colts, but they are experienced players. They went out and they got guys that have experience in the NFL, and so I think they're good in that area. I also think they're going to be able to rush the quarterback. I think defensively they're pretty good. The one question, they do have good balance on offense, but it all comes down to the quarterbacking play. And Daniel Jones, who has been tabbed by Shane Steichen as the starter, is a guy that I think may not wow you with super exciting plays, but I think that he's a nice, steady Honda Accord.
Did Danny Dimes, as they call him, did the decision to give him the starting position, did that come from Steichen or did that come from Ballard?
That came from Steichen, and here's
that
the thing.
says something.
And I think you could safely say that it was not as much that Daniel Jones won the starting job as much as it was that Anthony Richardson did not.
Okay.
So I think
that
they wanted to see a lot from Anthony Richardson in terms of his ability to do the little things, read a defense, anticipate blitzes, see different coverages. And I think they didn't feel comfortable that he had taken that step enough. So they're going with Daniel Jones, who probably doesn't have as many wow factor big plays, but doesn't have also the possibility of disastrous turnover plays either.
How much of a factor is Jonathan Taylor going to be this season?
A lot. Because, and you know what's interesting is I think the National Football League 3 to 4 years ago, it was all about just getting like smaller guys, receivers in open space and letting them run, right?
Right.
And people got away from the running back a little bit. It's kind of a copycat league. The league is now starting to trend back towards understanding the importance of being able to run the football. And so I think Jonathan Taylor is going to be the focal point of their offense, and then everything else kind of spawns off of what they're able to do with him.
Prediction for Sunday? I mean, they got a chance to beat Boston. Miami, right?
I think they will beat Miami. Miami's got two really good players in Waddle and Tyreek Hill that they want to get, like I said, out in space, but they can't run the ball a lot. Tua, their quarterback, is prone to turnovers, and I think the Colts are going to be able to get after him a little bit. So I think I said 21-17. I don't think I think it's going to be one of those games. Let's be real. The Colts-Dolphins game, and I know it's awesome, it's exciting. I'm glad football's here. You got on your sweatshirt.
Sure.
I mean, all of it, right? But the reality is, this is the game that the minimum security prison in Pocatello, Idaho, where the guys have been rewarded by being able to watch one NFL game this week. They're getting the Dolphins and the Colts. And they're like, well, I guess it's an NFL game. Outside of Coral Gables and Indianapolis, I'm not sure there's a lot of national interest in this pillow fight.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, It is cool. I say Colts on the year go 10-7.
There you go. Jake Query, noon to 3, Monday through Friday on 107.5 The Fan. Have fun at the Rose Bowl and your third Oasis concert.
I'll bring you back a saturated bucket hat.
All right, brother, thanks. Joel Pollack from Breitbart covering the testimony from RFK Jr. and the vaccines and the CDC and all that stuff after the news on 93 WIBC.
Whether it's day or night, hot flashes due to menopause can be unpredictable. That's why there's Veoza, a prescription treatment proven to reduce the number and severity of hot flashes day and night that can start working in as early as 1 week. Based on clinical studies measuring efficacy at 4 and 12 weeks, individual results may vary. Talk to your healthcare provider about what this may mean for you. For moderate to severe vasomotor symptoms or hot flashes and night sweats due to menopause, Veoza can cause serious side effects, including liver problems. Your doctor will do blood tests before and during treatment. Stop Veoza and call your doctor if you have symptoms of liver problems, such as feeling more tired than usual, decreased appetite, nausea, vomiting, itching, yellowing of the eyes or skin, pale stool, dark urine, or stomach pain. Don't use Veoza if you have cirrhosis, severe kidney problems, kidney failure, or take CYP1A2 inhibitors. Ask your doctor about Veoza. To learn more, call 1-866-239-1637 or go to Veoza.com. That's VEOZAH.com. Paid for by Stellus Pharma.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level. On the go.
why they were not in class. Cloudy skies and 73 degrees in downtown Indy. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 528. Students at Indianapolis Public Schools took part in a Students Demand Action national walkout today to protest gun violence happening in schools in the United States. They spent part of their afternoon at the Indiana State House. Many of those students said they wanted to see a ban on assault weapons. This girl was one of them.
Kind of accumulation of all of them, but the fact that so many of them have been increasing and just violence in general, but the fact that over the years, other countries have placed bans on these weapons. America hasn't, and gun violence has just increased in America.
Others say a total ban would not be realistic, but better regulation is needed. Indiana's Attorney General and 21 other states are supporting the Trump administration's call to eliminate DEI from federal contracting. Jarrett Lewis reports.
Attorney General Todd Rokita is calling the current requirements unconstitutional.
Federal government bureaucrats have no right to mandate affirmative action plans that prioritize their dangerous, divisive ideology over hiring someone based on that person's merit.
He said he supports the U.S. Department of Labor's proposed rule to rescind long-standing regulations which require affirmative action plans for federal contractors. Last month, Rokita and Governor Mike Braun announced a similar move for state contracts. Jarrett Lewis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
ICE is going to be doing raids in Chicago this weekend. To get ready for the protests that are likely going to happen, officials are putting up fences around the courthouse downtown.
The protesters have already gathered in the town of Broadview, a suburb to the west of Chicago. And according to the mayor, a building there is going to be used as a processing center over the next 45 days for these enhanced ICE operations. So it's the first target protesters can set their sights on. And riot fencing has gone up around the Dirksen Federal Building downtown Chicago, even though Illinois Democrats are urging their loyalists not to riot. The narrative that they're pushing is that the enhanced immigration enforcement is intended to trigger riots and therefore justify deploying the National Guard.
Fox's Mike Tobin reporting. Because of this, some of the city's Mexican Independence Day celebrations have been postponed, but a few are still happening. The MTV VMAs this year are going to have a tribute to the legendary Ozzy Osbourne. Steven Tyler and Joe Perry from Aerosmith are going to perform, along with Youngblood and Nuno Betancourt. The show is Sunday night at 8 o'clock Eastern, and it's happening in New York. With traffic at 531, here's Matt Bear.
All right, Jake, on the northeast side, it's a stall on northbound 465 at Fall Creek. The right lane is closed. Eastbound 465 delayed 9 minutes. Keystone Avenue over to I-69. Eastbound 70 into downtown delayed 5 minutes. Harding South Split. Northbound 65 slows Raymond into the South Split because of construction. Southbound 65-70 is jammed from the North Split down to the South Split because of construction. Also on the south side, eastbound 465 slow before 65 to Emerson Avenue. Northbound 65 slows from Edgewood up to 465. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at DrexelIN.com. Visit DrexelIN.com for your free interior designer. Visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. Now the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
We'll keep a spotty rain chance around until our Friday night with decreasing winds. Lows are going to drop into the low to mid-50s. Saturday, we are tracking decreasing clouds into the afternoon hours with comfortable conditions expected. Highs will be in the low to mid-70s. By Sunday, we're going to be marvelous still with temperatures only in the low 70s once again. Overnight lows this weekend will be in the upper 40s to lower 50s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
I'm Jake McDaniel on the level on the go and on WIBC.com.
The Hammer and Nigel Show. My name is Nigel. Jerry Lopez filling in for Jason Hammer. The headline, Breitbart.com. Kennedy turns tables on Democrats in fiery hearing on CDC vaccines. That is the headline from one Mr. Joel Pollack, Breitbart News senior editor at large, covering this yesterday with RFK Jr., the HHS, the head of the HHS. What was I watching yesterday there with the Finance Committee? Your overall big picture and thoughts. What was RFK doing there, and what was with all the yelling and screaming and bickering?
Well, he was there as part of normal oversight, but the meeting coincided with the aftermath
of RFK's decision to fire the CDC director and the new recommendations that came out from the CDC that COVID-19 vaccines are not recommended for otherwise healthy young people. That seems rather uncontroversial, but Democrats seized on that latter point because they say that having no recommendation for the vaccine means it's not going to be as easily available or as cheaply available in some states, because when a vaccine is recommended, you can get it at a lower price through your insurance. So they pounced on him, and basically what they're trying to do is use the CDC firing as a way of putting pressure on the administration to get rid of RFK Jr. They know that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
But I think they're just turning up the temperature because they sense that there is some dissent within HHS. And the Wall Street Journal actually had a very good article about this, talking about how there are a lot of different agendas. Once you push the pharmaceutical industry aside and you push some of the bureaucrats and deep state people aside, now you've got an open playing field, and there are a lot of people with different interests who are competing to have their preferred policies put into place. So what the Democrats were trying to do was amplify the chaos of that inherently chaotic situation by pressuring RFK Jr., hoping to get more embarrassing headlines out of the whole confrontation. But he really held his own.
Oh, he did.
And I think that both in the Wall Street Journal, where he wrote an op-ed actually explaining the Department of Health and Human Services priorities, and at the hearing where he really defended himself very well, I think he came across like a leader who's really has control over the situation. It's a difficult department to run, but he's very active, and his priorities remain the same as they were, which is to make America healthy again.
And I do want to get back to like their point, the Dems' point about the availability of some of these vaccines and boosters. But what you mentioned that RFK Jr. fired a CDC director. Why did he fire her?
Well, she claims in the Wall Street Journal, she wrote an op-ed, she claims that she was fired because she refused to accept the results of a vaccine panel's recommendations in advance. That seems to be her interpretation of a conversation that he talked about at the hearing, where he said that he objected to her saying she wouldn't accept in advance of any knowledge. She said she would not accept the findings of the vaccine panel. So he said, that was unacceptable to me. In other words, you've got to keep an open mind. Let the vaccine panel complete its study and then decide how you feel about it. But don't say in advance you're going to reject it. And she interpreted that, at least in terms of the op-ed in the Wall Street Journal that she wrote, as that she was required to accept it. In his telling, the reason he fired her was because he asked her if she was trustworthy, and she said no. Now, it's an odd question, right? Like, why would you ask someone that, and why would they respond that way?
Exactly.
I can imagine. Yeah, I can imagine, and I'm just speculating here, that in a situation where there are a lot of different outside interests and there are a lot of deep state people trying to undermine the administration, he might have asked her, look, can I trust you, or are you going to go with all these people trying to make my life difficult? Are you trustworthy? And she probably says, no, I'm not loyal to you. I'm loyal to whatever it is that I think I'm doing here. So essentially, I think what he asked her was whether she was going to be a team player and help him carry out Trump's priorities, or whether she was going to be an agency player, kind of like James Comey. A very similar, probably, exchange to what happened between Trump and Comey, where Trump said to Comey, are you loyal? And Comey interpreted that as being, are you loyal to me, rather than the Constitution, whereas what Trump was saying is, are you going to be part of the administration and work to execute the law, honoring the democratic will of the people, or are you going to be one of these deep staters who decide that you're the ones who run the country even though nobody elected you? No. And I think that really is what happened. And I think in the end, the CDC director chose to be a deep state heroine, and that's how they're behaving over there. And it was inevitable then that she leave. But I do think that these are the kinds of pressures that experts of any kind are under. Even if you're not from inside the government, if you come from outside the government and you're a leader in your field, there's an incredible amount of peer pressure to be loyal to the field rather than to the government that hired you. And so I think this is a tension we're going to see throughout government agencies in every department. And it's not unusual. What is unusual is to have Democrat senators screaming at the top of their lungs that RFK Jr. is a charlatan and that he's corrupt without any evidence, of course. They're just saying all this nonsense. And he pointed out that it was nonsense. And I think he was very calm. He kept himself together. And I think he did very well. I think he quelled any doubts that he deserves to be in that post.
No, there were a couple interactions specifically. The one with the senator from Oregon, and another one with Warren, where the senator from Oregon basically told him he was endangering children. Where RFK responded, "You've been there 25 years and you've never said anything, right?" And the other one with Warren, where RFK, easily points out the hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars that she's taken from Big Pharma. It's kind of tongue in cheek for them to attack him, knowing that they've been in positions to make a difference this whole time.
Yeah, and he also pointed out that Warren had taken $855,000 from the pharmaceutical industry. So, he had good rejoinders for everything they said. And he's also just very straightforward. Sometimes they would ask something that they thought was damning. And he would say, "Yeah, I said that," or "Yeah, I believe that." And they were shocked that he admitted it. They asked him at one point, "Are you calling the former CDC director a liar?" And he said, "Yeah, she's lying. I never met her in this setting." And I think they were just taken aback that he would actually not be evasive. So I think that also worked in his favor.
I think just switching lanes here but staying on vaccines, Florida just came out and said they're going to do away with mandatory vaccines for children. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, we've been able to eradicate polio. We've been able to basically get rid of MMR. I'm not anti-vaccine. I am anti-experimental vaccine. I think there needs to be a difference.
Yeah, I think you are where the public is. I think people are quite comfortable with polio vaccines and measles vaccines and all kinds of other vaccines that have been around for a while, that we trust and that we know grant immunity to the people who get them. And I think the Florida policy goes too far. The problem is that when you start doing away with mandatory vaccinations of this kind, then you get rid of the herd immunity that's necessary for our kids to go to school safely. So I think, though, that this is a symptom of the lack of trust in public health officials, and that is a result of COVID. So you're seeing an overcorrection.
Absolutely.
But it's because the CDC and these liberal states forced these ridiculous policies down everybody's throats. I mean, one of the reasons there weren't enough firefighters to defend my neighborhood in L.A. from the fires was because they got rid of those who wouldn't take the COVID vaccine. Wow. Now, that's a problem in a lot of government departments. It's a problem in the military. It's a problem in law enforcement. That's why Trump had to reinstate all the soldiers who were thrown out of their positions because they wouldn't take the vaccine. Now, do I think the vaccine is safe? Yeah, I do, but I'm a more trusting person, and I think that's up to individuals, especially when you're talking about an experimental vaccine. So I think you're right. I think a lot of us would like to see mandatory vaccines continue for these easily communicable, very deadly diseases where the vaccines have been around for 2 or 3 generations already, and we trust them. Polio, for example. Nobody wants to see polio come back. But I think when it comes to these experimental vaccines, where you're not even guaranteed not to get the illness, right? I mean,
sure,
right.
I had 2 vaccinations and 2 boosters, and I still got COVID. Now, it was a very mild form of COVID. I think I had a fever for like 2 hours. And then I was like running. I mean, I had to stay in isolation, but I was like running on the beach.
I just hate the way they throw away the word vaccine. To me, vaccine means it's going to eradicate it. Like, I call a vaccine and a shot 2 different things. I don't call it the flu vaccine. I call it the flu shot.
That's a good point.
Right? Polio was a vaccine. But this kind of thing also trickles down into immigration. Let's say you don't have mandatory vaccinations, and now you have a huge immigrant population that has different disease. Like, this could turn out very ugly. I understand the premise, and to your point exactly, it's an overcorrection. It's the government nor nobody except for you and your God have a right to decide what you do with your body. And I do agree with that to a point.
Right. I think that you are where the public is, and I think what RFK Jr. is trying to do is to reestablish that trust by being transparent with people about what we know and what we don't know. And instead of telling people this is going to cure everything and protect you from everything, just say, look, we think this is effective. We don't know if it's really going to protect you from every infection, which is what they could have said about the coronavirus vaccine, right? We were all told it's 90% effective. And what we really should have been told is, look, it's effective against this variant, but this thing is mutating, and this might not prevent you from getting coronavirus. And so, it's going to help you. So take it if you want to have more immunity, but just be advised it's not going to prevent you from getting the disease, although it might prevent hospitalization. I mean, I do think that I had a milder infection because I had vaccinations and boosters, but it didn't prevent me from getting COVID.
And so we'll circle back to what we were first talking about at the beginning of this segment. Joel, was there were a bunch of senators that were up in arms that were concerned that RFK Jr. and the CDC taking the COVID booster, the COVID vaccine off the recommendation list, it would not be readily available. It would be more expensive. Do they have a point there?
They have a point in that if you think about the price as being the fundamental issue of access.
Gotcha.
Then yeah, it's less accessible. But theoretically, you could pay for your own COVID vaccine if you wanted to. And then he countered and said, well, I'm not going to recommend something that has no clinical basis for it. I'm not going to recommend that kids get vaccinated if the effects of getting coronavirus as a healthy young person are basically very, very small. I mean, why am I going to recommend it when there are other risk factors associated with it? And they tried to go after him on that. And then he cornered Senator Michael Bennet of Colorado, and he said, let me ask you a question, Senator. Are you saying that these vaccines have never caused myocarditis or pericarditis? And Bennett said, I'm the one who asked the questions here. You don't get to ask questions. So what Kennedy's point was look, if you want to have this vaccine, you can. If you want to, in most places it's going to be free. Where it's not free, that's up to the states. And yeah, okay, I'll accept that it's not as accessible as it once was. But let me put the shoe on the other foot. We got to talk about risks and rewards here. I mean, the risks are there. So are you going to tell me that just to make something free to everybody, I should invoke these other health risks? So I thought he handled himself very well.
Breitbart News Senior Editor-at-Large, Joel Pollack. You can find all his work at Breitbart.com. Joel, thank you so much. Have a great weekend, man.
Thank you. You too.
Coming up next, 3 words, Jerry Lopez, beer, sample, Friday. I've got the libations. You just have to sit there and drink them. Is that cool with you?
I couldn't wait to get here today.
It's a Hammer and Nigel show. WindowNation.com for an incredible deal right now in September. You're going to save big this month. Buy 2 windows and you'll get 2 for free. No payments for 2 years. You won't have to deal with monthly payments, a down payment, or even any interest until 2027. I have Window Nation windows. They have brought the energy bills down in my house. My wife and I absolutely love our Window Nation windows.
Window Nation offers a lifetime warranty on all of their windows, so you can relax knowing your home is protected far into the future. And this deal, it's a good one. Buy 2 windows, get 2 for free. Make no payments for 2 years. Nothing down, no payments. You don't have to deal with anything until 2027. 866-90-NATION. Call and talk to a rep. Schedule that free in-home estimate. 866-90-NATION or go to windownation.com. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
Summer is here, and that means it's time for new flooring in your home. Brothers Floor Covering is ready to help. Brand new carpet, hardwoods, laminates, and luxury vinyl plank in stock now. Plus, Brothers Floor Covering can get your new flooring installed in as little as 2 weeks. Visit Brothers Floor Covering today at their new location, 8550 North Michigan Road. Discover why buying local means getting more, not paying more. Get the flooring of your dreams installed now. Go to brothers-floorcovering.com. That's brothers-floorcovering.com.
Hi, this is Chris Cox, owner of Chimney Solutions, Indiana. We're celebrating our 10th year in business. Call this month to take advantage of 10% off all chimney sweeps and inspections. We're also celebrating the opening of our new fireplace showroom on 86th Street and Lafayette Road. Come and experience our exclusive lines of wood-burning and gas fireplaces.
Call 317-757-6979 or chimneyindy.com.
At Community Health Network MD Anderson Cancer Center, you'll talk with an oncologist within 48 hours of your diagnosis, so you won't have to wait to start finding answers.
They got me in pretty quickly to meet my team. They gave me the plan and what they knew and what they wanted to do. I was really impressed with the care team and the approach they took.
Learn more about Community MD Anderson at eCommunity.com/cancer.
Tune in to the Absolute Retirement Planning Show.
When retirement comes about, we're now relying on what we have saved to meet those needs.
Sundays at 9 a.m. right here on 93 WIBC.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies with national LTE coverage. Go to rapidradios.com and you'll get up to 60% off, free UPS shipping. Add code RADIO for an additional 5% off.
Kirby Heating and Air, family-owned since 1983. Call or go to kirbyheating.com to speak with a customer service representative.
Kirby Heating and Air is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
See a wreck on 465? Find a new pothole on your way to work? You can let Matt Bear know and help out your fellow travelers. Text WIBC to 317-239-9393 and join the text club.
Matt Bear, what's going on with traffic?
Yeah, Nigel, looking at the northeast side, still clear. Northbound 465 at Fall Creek. Still stop and go traffic back to I-70. Southbound 465 slows from 70 to 74. Northeast side, eastbound 465, stop and go traffic. Keystone Avenue over to I-69. Downtown, southbound 65, 70, slow but moving on parts. North split down to the south split, still jammed right around Michigan Street. Southside, northbound 65, stop and go traffic before Raymond Street. And after, that's because of construction. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at drexelin.com. Visit drexelin.com for your free interior design or visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
74 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center, 93 WIBC.
Right now,
Hammer and Nigel present
beer sample.
Fry.
I got some beers. Let's drink them, huh?
Beers on sale, people. Come down, get you some.
Oh, Jerry Lopez filling in for Hammer. Find him at Indy Spanglish on social media. And we're brought to you by Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. Let's see if you heard of this beer before. And I'm going to leave it up to which. Do you want the lime flavored or the regular?
Just
flavor?
regular. And I have heard of it. I don't know anything about it, but I've seen this going around. Nigel, can I just tell you, when I got a call to come out of the bullpen,
yes,
and the call came across like this: Jerry, Hammer's out on Friday. Are you available to co-host Beer Sample Friday with Nigel? I said, oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. All right, what we're holding in our hands, you're holding the regular light version. I'm holding a lime.
Classic light.
Classic lime. Garage beer. This is the Kelsey Brothers beer.
There it is, yeah.
The Kelsey Brothers, Travis and Jason Kelsey. They just got their company valued at $200 million. At a time when people have cut back on drinking, this beer right here, again, garage beer. I'm drinking the classic lime beer, and you just have your basic
classic light beer, yeah.
Cheers, my friend.
Cheers.
That was good.
That's actually very good. Yeah, it's good. It's good. It tastes like a fresher standard beer. I obviously have the regular one.
Here's Travis Kelsey making fun of Patrick Mahomes at a press conference.
We've had a plan for this all summer long, and now we're just ready to play football again.
Oh man, it was crazy. It was a lot of fun seeing all the fans
sounds
there.
just like him.
And
he had that one coming for telling everybody I didn't know where Brazil was on the map.
All right, got another hour of the Hammer and Nigel show coming up. Friday, let's party, have a drink.
Let's go.
We'll do it.
Listen up, football fans. You won't want to miss this.
Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets, win or lose. So you could turn that $300 into something bigger when you bet on money lines, spread, totals, player props.
$300 in bonus bets when new customers bet $5. I know where I'm going to bet from now on. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Indiana. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to save.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
Here's the tale of the daily Medfield. Same old pharmacy, same old bill, but those prices kept rising higher still.
Till the savings wrangler rode in, cool as can be. Tap Good RX, saving massively.
No plan? Don't matter none. Up to 80% off. Deals are done.
Discounts hitting harder than Ma's chili. Dang. That one little app does all the rest.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
Check Good RX. Good RX is not insurance.
Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln and Fishers. Come see the full line of breathtaking Lincoln vehicles at Indiana's premier Lincoln dealership. From the moment you arrive at Tom Roush Lincoln, you'll know you've arrived. Shop over 200 new Lincolns in our state-of-the-art family-owned and operated dealership with no pressure. Just the award-winning service and respect you deserve, plus complimentary pickup and delivery for service. Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln and Fishers.
You ready to build your custom dream home? Check out Joyner Homes based out of Greenfield. See one of their model homes in person anytime. It is a great way for you to experience the customization and quality of a Joyner Homes custom built home. Plus, you can meet with a new home specialist to learn about their building process. Available lots if you don't already have one. Find out about floor plans and where they build. Model homes are open 7 days a week from noon to 5 and walk-ins are welcome. Find out more at joynerhomes.com.
The Attorney General's office wants to put your money back in your pocket. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov and search for yourself, your loved ones, or your business. It's fast, easy, and free.
You've worked hard to save for retirement. Is your financial advisor working just as hard? Find out with Greg Ayler, Sunday mornings at 7 on WIBC.
Fall is approaching and Sundown Gardens is ready to help you. Visit the Garden Center for all things fall as the Labor Day sale is continuing. Now at Sundown Gardens, save 20% on all trees and shrubs, 30% on all pottery. These are the deals you just don't want to miss, so get ahead on the fall planning, add some color with high-quality pottery, and ensure your property is beautiful for the fall season ahead. Sundown Gardens on the corner of 186th Street and Spring Mill Road in Westfield, sundown.gardens.com. That's sundown.gardens.com.
Farnsworth Metal Recycling, a familiar face in Indy.
Farnsworth Metal Recycling will pay you cash for your scrap metal. Race Demolition and Farnsworth Metal Recycling may seem familiar to you, and that's because they are. They're trusted local family-owned businesses going back 3 generations in Indy with their familiar orange logo and a name you know. But you may not know they'll pay you cash for your scrap metal. Cash is king. Your scrap aluminum, steel, copper, and brass will get you cash from Farnsworth Metal Recycling. Just drop it off or schedule a pickup, and you'll put cash in your pocket. Raise Demolition and Farnsworth Metal Recycling. Local names you can trust with 2 locations.
Farnsworth Metal Recycling, a familiar face in Indy.
Get cash for your scrap. Get started at farnsworthmetals.com.
Without an Advent clinic nearby, people suffering needlessly from chronic nasal congestion and sinus infections would be stuck with either Band-Aid or sledgehammer solutions. Band-Aids are pills or nasal sprays, and they're not true solutions. Surgery is a sledgehammer, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Because most people don't need surgery for nose and sinus issues, nor do they want a 14-day recovery. Our unique Advent approach can, in 20 minutes in our office, open your blocked nose for good, with only 1-day recovery. I'm Advent founder Dr. Kandula. Outside of Advent's 4 walls, invasive surgery is what they'll recommend. But here you will find effective and convenient in-office solutions to help you stop the need for Band-Aids and avoid the sledgehammer.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Most insurance accepted.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio. I'm Alex Brown. As data centers dominate economic development conversations in Indianapolis and draw packed meetings in small towns around the state, officials with the Indiana Economic Development Corporation commissioned a study earlier this year on the costs and benefits of data centers. The IEDC is paying Boston Consulting Group $650,000 to research the economics of data centers and produce a white paper report detailing the best way for the state to approach such proposals, according to a contract approved by the agency. The no-bid contract states the study was to be completed by June 30th, but the IEDC now says the report isn't finished as the agency was delayed in finalizing an extension with Boston Consulting for a second phase of the project. A spokesperson for the agency told Inside Indiana Business Today that the study is expected to be released next week, but that no release date has been officially set. Indiana University has surpassed $1 billion in research and development expenditures for the first time in its history, marking a record-setting year for the state's largest research institution. The university this week also reported more than $942 million in sponsored awards during fiscal year 2025, outpacing all other Indiana universities. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Today, you either innovate or evaporate. We are accelerating the pursuit of progress, from the foods we eat to the heights we soar, because this is Indiana, the innovation capital of the world. We rally visionaries across industries, invest in connections as much as capital, and fuel our founders from dorm room to boardroom. Fuel your innovation with Elevate Ventures. Visit elevateventures.com.
Indianapolis-based renewable natural gas developer Redtail Renewables has formed a joint venture with Pacolet Milliken, a private investment firm headquartered in Greenville, South Carolina. The venture, known as RPM Holdings, is launching with the acquisition of an RNG project near Owensboro, Kentucky, just across the Ohio River from Indiana. The Owensboro RNG project is located at the West Daviess County landfill. It's designed to capture landfill gas and turn it into renewable natural gas. The project is nearly completed and is expected to be fully operational by the end of the year. I'm Alex Brown for 93 WIBC.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recycler Studios, you'll hear why Indianapolis students are saying enough is enough to violence, a theft from a nail salon, an arrest, and police cruisers damaged. You're listening to 93 WIBC. WIBC HD1 Indianapolis, and it is now 6 o'clock.
It's official. I'm Lisa Lacera, Fox News. President Trump has signed an executive order taking the first step to rename the Department of Defense the Department of War.
I think it's a much more appropriate name, especially in light of where the world is right now. We have the strongest military in the world. We have the greatest equipment in the world. We have the greatest manufacturers of equipment by far. There's nobody to even compete.
Pentagon Chief Pete Hegseth on the reasoning behind the move.
Restoring the warrior ethos. Restoring victory and clarity as an end state. Restoring intentionality to the use of force.
The Department of War was created in 1799, but was renamed the Defense Department after World War II. The president was asked about the court ruling that stops the order to wind down operations at the Florida detention center known as Alligator Alcatraz, saying he's happy with the decision.
We're taking thousands and thousands of criminals out every month out of our country, some of them murderers.
The president saying Florida did a great job in building the facility. Federal immigration officials have notified lawyers for Kilmar Abrego Garcia, the man the Trump administration admits was wrongfully deported to El Salvador and since returned to the U.S., that they intend to deport him to the African nation of Eswatini due to his claim of fear of persecution in Uganda and other